Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to another video. And football is shit. Big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. Let us know your thoughts about the shit show that was Leicester City versus Chelsea. We're going to be in for a fucking long weekend. But in between that, all the corn that I've been holding on the Don Robbie show over the last day or two, and the fact that we got Shameless FC after this. I can't be bothered for it. But yeah, smash the like and subscribe button. Big up everyone that's locked in. Let us know your thoughts on the West Ham Chelsea game. We're going to be delving into everything surrounding the match. Let's just fucking get into it. Big up, Scott. What are you saying, man? You good?
Yeah, not too bad. Where to begin? I don't know where to begin with that. You got there's so few positives with the game. Like you got some amazing performances from a couple of players, and then just the rest of the team is just nowhere near good enough for the second game in a row. And people can say about it's West Ham, they've beaten this team, they've beaten that team. Cool. We should still be beating them if we want to win the league.
Exactly. That's why I can't really take this fact that they're a good team and everything like that. We're meant to be the best team in Europe. 2021 Club of the Year, and we haven't been playing like it since the Ben Chilwell injury, but we'll get into it. Alex, what are you saying, man? You good?
Well, the only thing I can say is stop doing the Don Robbie shows. Ever since you started this shit, we lost all the games. I told you.
True.
To be fair,
I tagged you into the tweet a couple of times. Just stop it.
No, we've got the loss to West Ham. We've got the draw to Man United. We smashed Juve 4-0 and Leicester 3-0. There was a Juve loss away. I did miss that. And the City loss.
Yeah, City
and
loss.
The Liverpool draw.
I don't
That's
think
it. That's enough losses, Lewis. That's enough losses.
Yeah, you know what? I actually think I've been lucky out of these games.
We need you in the stadium, man. We need you in the stadium. We can't be having you on Don Robbie.
I think I'm just missing the right games personally. The only one that I really regret is the Juve match.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my.
Oh no! I was there for the draw to Burnley. I was there for the Burnley draw.
Oh yeah.
By the way, Daniel, you hear dedication, my man, dedication.
You're lucky I'm up this early anyway. Otherwise, I wouldn't be.
I big up yourself, Daniel. Anyway, man. But for the Americans on the stream, big up all you guys because I know this time's hella early for you guys. The only reason why we do this is because we can't film during the 2 p.m. kickoffs because no one's gonna watch it. So big up all you guys that are locked in here already because that takes dedication. So big up you guys. Oscar, what are you saying, man? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm all right. I went to the game yesterday and I was so excited. But honestly, we put in a performance that is like so typical Chelsea. Like horrible mistakes are costing us. Like in this case, all 3 points because we can't seem to have a level of consistency throughout a season. That means that those little tiny faults in a game don't cost us points. Those like world-class players that we have, like your Thiago Silvas and your Kante and whoever, they can't seem to replicate their consistency throughout the team because all the other players at some point or another, they will have these dips in form. So yeah, it was really, really frustrating. I think luckily our attack wasn't so bad. We actually scored twice away from home, which is surprising. But you think whenever you score twice at West Ham, you got to take all 3 points. Like, what are you doing? I can't wait to talk about a few players today because it's going to be interesting how everybody views them. But yeah, to be honest, I'm not happy. We're not top of the league anymore. That's the most annoying thing for me, and it's going to be a hard climb for us to get back there. But let's see.
Exactly that, especially with all the injuries that we had and the way it's impacted our play. But I'm going to go to you about the players soon. Daniel, what are you saying, man? Are you good?
Hey, listen, guys. After the game, I was pissed off, right? I was like,
that's ridiculous.
But then I sat back, I thought about things, and I realized we're still one game away from being top. Just one weekend. One good weekend for us, one bad weekend for them puts us back in top. We're in a title race, which is where we really wanted to be. We do have some serious issues. Some are accentuated now that Chilwell is out, but Tuchel has a job on his hands. Because in reality, the manager is the one who takes the most losses, regardless of what football Twitter or us as fans want to say. If he doesn't figure it out, or if we don't figure it out, rather, he goes, right? So I think for his sake, we need to figure this out very, very quickly. Especially with certain players, we know our board. They don't spend 100 million and don't get players going. They don't spend 70 million and don't get players going. You know what I mean? Like, you have to get those players going. He was forced to play Kepa at times, and we know he was. He would have never played him in certain games because of his price. So we have a massive problem on our hands, and we need to find a solution for it ASAP.
Yeah, the thing that struck me the most with this is that this is Tuchel's first bad run of form. So I'm very interested to see how he deals with this and how we change things up and try and play a more flexible brand of football, because we're struggling with this formation now. Ben Chilwell's out injured. So now it does feel like we're in a position of, do we have to change the formation? Do we have to try and find something that's more suited to the players that we have? Because right now it doesn't look like five of the backs working. But Oscar, I wanted to come to you first, because you said there was a few choice players that you wanted to talk about. So I'm going to give you the floor. I want to hear what you got to say on this.
For me, my mate, obviously, because I ain't been on the stream all week, innit? I can only come on weekends. But literally, so we had the Man United game. It was what it was. We then went into Watford and we played absolutely horribly against Watford. I mean, I watched all the streams. I know you guys covered it at length, but we were shocking in that game. Probably our worst performance of the season. But we come out with 3 points and it was fine. And I heard so many people talking about the midfield of Sal and Ruben, and they were turning around saying, oh, look, now this is why Chelsea fans need to not slander Jorginho, because when Jorginho's in there, those stupid mistakes don't happen. And it's like, we come back to another weekend, and I'm not saying it was all his fault, but we're 1-0 up against West Ham. It didn't look comfortable, but it was all right. We could have gone into half time. He passes the ball back to Mendy that for no reason. Like, we've done this cycle of I've watched this goal back multiple times, yeah, because we've done this cycle of passes where we know how to play out from the back, and Jorginho is one of the best at it, where he receives the ball in the middle, just beyond the striker and the midfielder, and he pings it out wide to the fullback. I don't know if it was because the fullback was like Reece James or whatever. He just decided he wasn't going to do that today, and he went back to Mendy, and the pass was way too short. For me, that's way too consistent in his game. So I feel like people just need to relax when they talk about him and have it as a bit of objectivity, because he's not a player that is, like I was mentioning at the beginning. Yeah, I was talking about world-class players that don't let us down on a consistent basis. Thiago Silva, Kante, bro, he's not on that level. Jorginho, he's not. And there's so many times. Name all the games that we've lost under Thomas Tuchel. I was saying this to Daniel earlier. All the games we've lost under Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, you look at flipping the time when he passed the ball back for Arsenal, when he passed it in the net, pretty much. There's the time when we lost to West Brom and he was consistently giving away stupid passes that got Thiago Silva sent off. There was a time when
Aston Villa penalty.
Bro, so many times Jorginho is at the heart of this issue. And this is why rival fans were going so crazy when he was getting nominated for Ballon d'Or and all this and that. Because let's be real, none of us were putting him up there for our player of the season. So the fact that, like, I don't want to take anything away from him, because he deserved that, the accolades for what he did in the Champions League. He was phenomenal. But in our midfield, like, we can do better in that position. We can. So
here's the thing. Like, I completely agree with you on the back pass. That back pass was horrendous, and it threw the game away. Absolutely did. I'm not even going to attempt to try and defend.
The funny part is before that pass, he was a couple of times made the short pass for the players. You can see before that it's not like his first mistake that particular. He made a couple of passes short. Thiago Silva made it short also for the goalkeeper one time.
Yeah, Silva had a few sloppy passes at the start of the game too.
In the beginning,
Lewis, I don't know if you want to hear from everybody individually or it's flowing, because I wanted to respond or just
go for it, man. Anyone can just jump in. Go for it.
About our back line, right? So when you score 2 goals at West Ham, you should win, especially a Chelsea team that's supposed to have the best defense in Europe, not just in the league, in Europe. When our defenders, from the start of the game, Thiago Silva was making mistakes in his passing, right? He was passing the ball away, and that's minor for him because he can recover it. But they were all just off in their defending, and then we give away a goal. Like, we basically gave these guys goals. Like, we're basically giving our league away.
Yep.
Right? And our back line is supposed to be the strongest point for us. is supposed to carry our young players while they're still getting better, while they're missing chances and all that. Our back line is supposed to be so solid that we can deal with it. That if we score the
300
first goal, which we did this time, we don't
yeah,
concede 3. And every goal we conceded was a mistake. A mistake you don't usually see us do. So
I
for me,
think
it's like it becomes difficult, right? If we're keeping clean sheets, if we're the best defense in the league, you don't change your back line. You don't change the formation or whatever it is. And we just deal with, our 100 million striker not scoring goals, or, you know, actually none of our forwards really, really scoring goals. We just deal with that and just, hope Reece James keeps banging goals and blah, blah, blah. Cool. But if they're conceding goals, then what's the point of us having a system that suits them? If you're going to concede two or three or one every game, have we had a clean sheet in 4 games yet?
but Daniel, my response to that would be the system is fine. Like
Yeah.
we can, like for example, we conceded against Manchester United, right? We were never going to concede in that game. They had 2 shots on target. One was when Mendy passed it to Fred. The other one was when Jorginho passed it to Sancho. We gave them away. That's got nothing to do with the system.
Yep.
Our
No,
first
you're
goal, we conceded against West Ham. Nothing to do with system. The third goal was a complete freak. Like he just shot. It's nothing to do with the system.
No, there's elements of the third goal that piss me off, but it's not down to the system.
No, but this is what it's not. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if the system, if those, we know the system is set because to make our backline really good. We heard what Matt Law said, and Matt Law is basically the mouthpiece of the club. We all know that. Tuchel isn't going to come out and basically say exactly what he wants to say. So at times it comes through him, right? And that's been the case for years. So when he's saying I play a back 3 to hide the deficiencies of Jorginho
that's
and
not
accentuates the
that's
strengths
not
of
Matt Law
Thiago
said.
Silva.
That's Tuchel said. Tuchel in press conference said it before. He said, if you want us to score more goals and play on a string of the forwards, we start conceding goals.
No, but he
said
never
it
explicitly, like again, he's
yeah,
never
I know what you're
explicitly
saying.
said why, and he still hasn't. It's still
Yeah.
just a report from Matt
So
Matt Law. I just believe Matt Law because I know he's a mouthpiece for the club, right? So when you're hearing the system is made to make our backline
protect,
play
yes.
better. Now, if
To
they're not
protect.
playing better, right? If we don't, the next 4 games is going to be the marker for us. If we don't keep clean sheets in 3 of these games, because that's what the best defensive team in the world does. If we don't do that, then why are we having a system to protect our back line if we're going to concede goals anyway?
I agree. The back three is hiding a weakness of a couple of players, and we do have more players that play better in the 3 system position than we have if we will switch. For example, if we will switch into the different system, we don't have enough players to play better in that specific system. We have enough like in the squad. A squad is better suited for the 3 in the back with a bunch of midfields. It's a system developed to hide the weaknesses of specific players.
I think it's more strenuous in us though.
The what?
Like the back, like people say, okay, the back 3 suits are small. I think it's more strenuous. It's a system that requires us to have players that have to play there almost every game for us to play well.
I know.
Rudiger has to play every game for us to play well. Reece James has to play every game for us to play well. Chilwell would have to play every game for us to play well.
That doesn't come down to the system. That comes down to the lack of good enough replacements, and that again comes down to
we have a system that requires us to have that many.
But even if we change the system, it doesn't negate the issues. Like us going to 4 at the back doesn't negate the same issues we're having. It doesn't negate the issues of us not playing it into Lukaku or not playing to his strengths, or it doesn't negate the issues of that left-hand side. Who's playing left back then? Is Alonso playing left back? Because he's a worse left back than he's a left wing back. So you're gonna put someone.
He's a terrible wing back, especially in our formation and
what they're required. He's worse at left back. Trust me, bro. I saw it under Sarri. This guy can't defend for shit.
Hear me out. Currently in our system, we are required to have 3 center backs at all times, right? And because of that, Thiago Silva has played 3 games in a row, right? When he shouldn't have. Because you have to play 3 center backs. Rudiger's played all those games as well.
I mean, we can replace.
Why shouldn't Silva play every game? He's fit enough to play every game.
37.
Yeah, but he's fit enough to play every game, and he's playing at a level where he doesn't need to come out.
He's making mistakes now.
He's not making mistakes.
He usually starts Daniel with a couple of missed passes in the beginning of the game.
If the missed passes are the extent of his mistakes that don't lead to anything, by the way, then then there's no
I'm
issue.
it
And
almost
I don't
led to a
understand where
mistake in the
this
beginning of
thing of
West Ham.
the.
It almost led to the goal.
But
It
I'm
almost the
struggling to
first
understand
mistake he
where
made.
this issue with the system comes, because this system's worked for a year and a half. It's worked for a year and a half. We won the Champions League. We've
It's
battered
working in a
teams with it.
tournament, though, Scott. It's worked
No,
in a
but
tournament. It hasn't
It
worked in
hasn't
the
just
league
worked in a
as much.
tournament. We've battered teams in the league with it, and like we finished fourth with half a season using this thing when we were in ninth, and it's like as well.
Here's
Come
what
on,
People
man.
want
Look
to
at the
switch out.
performances.
None of the reasons we've conceded or lost over the last few games, like Oscar said, has been because of the system. It's because of individual errors and the players playing like shit. It's not
That's
due
not
to our
what.
system.
That's not what we're again. That's not what we're saying. If we keep having this system, so would you admit that our system is put in place so we don't concede goals? I mean, obviously every system is made that way, but us especially is made to protect our back line
That
or the
might be the
midfield and
case,
back
but as
line.
yesterday showed, we were our best area was attack.
Yeah, but I'm
Our
saying, but
two best
where did the errors?
players were two attackers.
Where did the errors come from? Right, it came from, and again, we're dealing with several problems, right? The main one being we need to get our center striker scoring and our team playing well with him in there. We need to figure that out. So that's a major problem. So I'm saying, my belief was always, due to the system that we currently play, right? We need another attacker up there, and we need that movement still there with him just scoring goals. If that's how he wants to play it, if that's how
He
he wants
doesn't.
to play, we need that.
He doesn't want
Otherwise,
to
he's
play
not
like
going
that
to
though.
score.
You can like if you just go back and watch how he's played elsewhere, even for United.
No, not him. I'm saying how Tuchel wants to play him.
Yeah, then
Right?
that's on Tuchel. That's on Tuchel not recognizing the type of striker he has. Because if you're going to play like it's like trying to play Werner as a target man, that's not going to work because not the type of player he is. You need to play to a guy's strengths. Playing Lukaku just as a guy
Oh,
who's
you're
going to
right,
be
but
central and you've got to like it's going to be a holder like Giroud was. That's not how he is. He
you
wants to
see,
run in behind.
but
He wants to
Scott,
run into the channels.
if you notice, he can only play. From what I've seen from Tuchel, you guys can tell me whether I'm right or wrong, but at least at Chelsea, he's only either played a target man or a false nine. Right, a
That's
striker with other abilities where you have to play different abilities. He doesn't. He does. I don't. I think that's why he's struggling to figure out how to get Lukaku playing. And again, we create chances due to our movement. We don't create it due to our passing or triangles or whatever it is. We create it due to
Definitely, yeah.
the three up top creating chaos by moving
and
everywhere.
there's not enough
Exactly.
movement. Like there's not enough in that second half yesterday. There was
There's not,
nowhere
because
near
you
enough
take one of
movement.
but Oscar, you take one of those players away and you put Lukaku there who's static.
You can see how slow downs the attack.
Uh,
Like
Here's
you're going to lose that. Those guys aren't individual creators where
exactly.
they can split a defense, or but they do it by ghosting players, by picking up the right positions, right?
Here,
By with their movement when it's three of them.
let me ask. Let
Of
me
course,
we've
they're going
seen
to
him do
develop
it
that
though.
in their game, but I don't think they have that right now, and we don't have that player. So when you take away that movement that they have, that ability to just pick up spaces, and Lukaku's there now, is just two players doing it, not three.
for
It makes
Lukaku
it more difficult on them.
look for Lukaku to score more goals. You have to be switching from one system to another. It's a fact. He's not gonna score with the. He's not gonna make the movement, false nines movement. He's not gonna split the defenders because we have way too much possession of the ball for the teams for him to do it. If we will be, we have to sacrifice something.
hey, Marto's comment is
Can we get this idea, by the way? Can we get this idea that Kai plays as a false nine out of our heads? Or that we play with a false nine out of our heads? Because unless Pulisic
No,
plays,
he plays nine, but he splits the defense like false nine.
he runs around, innit?
I was
Kai's
gonna,
always
yeah, but
like-
no, but that
The
doesn't mean
energy-
he's a false nine. Like you can do that as a striker anyway.
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to.
Only
That's
certain
what
But my
I'm trying
point
to
is,
say.
my point is,
Scott,
Lukaku does
only
that.
certain type of
I've seen it
strikers-
for United, I've seen it for Inter, and I've seen it for Belgium. That Lukaku does all the things Kai Havertz does.
See, here's
Maybe not
No,
quite
no,
as
no, no, no.
regularly. Maybe not quite
that's
as regularly.
the problem. That's the problem, Scott. Here's what you said. We did it when Daniel said it. We did it in a tournament. You said we did it in a league. The different problem. I'm starting freaking mumbling with my mouth. The difference between it in the league, you have to be consistent on the game basis. In the tournament, it's you playing against the guys that you don't play during the league. In the league, you have to do it week in, week out. That's the problem, and we don't do it. I don't think Tuchel has a good record in league versus.
We've had the second most points since he's come into the league.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the consistency. How do you win the league? You have to be consistent. You have to go on to unbeaten run for 10, 15 games. That's how you win the league.
Yeah.
And we didn't do it.
We talk about
you win 4 or 5
run
games,
last year.
you draw 1, you lose 1.
We have to.
Something like that.
If we're going to win this league, we have to do it now. We have to do it now. Like we have to go from this point on.
As I said it before, and I always said, I've never got. For me, Manchester City was always favored to win the league this season. If I never said we are favored, I actually think we are third in the picking order. Liverpool
That's
first.
it.
Always going by first 11. Let me finish.
Redneck,
let me finish, Daniel. I always go by the first 11. I agree. Liverpool, blah blah blah, doesn't have a squad. That's not the point. For me, like I said it 10,000 times. If we at the end of the January, by 4-point difference after top of the table, we're still in the run. Then I'm going in March because that's when championship league games are over. If we in March, same points or 4 points or 5 points near the top of the league, we fighting. You cannot say before. If you drop off of those are 2 crucial points: end of January and March. Those are the crucial points, crucial things that you need to be close to the top 4, the top of the points.
Just to slightly alter that, I would say February for us, just because we've got this horrible run in December. Then January we play Liverpool and City. We have to beat at least one of them, and
I think we have to beat both.
We can't lose any of them. We can't. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. We can't lose any. And I think after that game, we will know if this team is in the title race or not.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even top 4. It's not even beating them. It's not dropping stupid points with the regular teams, because we dropping points at the places where we shouldn't. We always have problems with the same thing. Like last year with Arsenal, when we are like so much favorites, nobody, even Arsenal fans, like never happens. Like, oh, we're gonna batter you and all that. But for some reason we go on into those games and we're losing, and we're like 100% favorites in those games. We're doing it this season again. And another thing, Chelsea fans and Chelsea players needs to start to realize in December we're going into the game. Tuchel is under pressure. If we're going in a slump, we're gonna have the same problem that Lampard had when he got fired. And all of a sudden, watch players got Lampard in trouble in the first place. All of a sudden, shit start to get floating. There's the same players.
I'm just confused. I'm just confused on this idea that we're not consistent or this, that, and the other. Before the game, we were top of the league by a point.
No,
we're not. No, but hang on. This idea of like consistency and whatnot, or we need to go on this run. No team has gone on a run yet, and we were top of the league. You look at Liverpool lost to West Ham, drew to Brighton, dropped points there. You got City lost to Crystal Palace, lost to Spurs. So like,
but I'm not. No. That's not what I'm saying.
This idea that
that's not what I'm saying, Oscar. Scott, that's not what I'm saying.
We've all said this on this stream, right? It's the consistency of our play.
Exactly.
After every game this year, during the start, we were coming on streams and people were saying our attack is trash. All of them are trash. They're in bad form or they're not good enough, blah, blah, blah. But we're winning games because our right back is scoring bangers, or our left wing back is scoring bangers. We're complaining about that, right? Our consistency of play as a team hasn't been great. We have some games where we play excellently as a team. We have other games where one half of the team plays great to a world-class level, the other half is mid. Like so that's the way it's been for a while now.
Liverpool spent an entire season doing that and won the league.
Yeah, but Scott,
like, so what do we complain about? So what we're playing we want to play to the strengths of players who are not in their prime, but we complain about them being inconsistent, right? But we don't want to play to the strength of a player who is in his prime.
I don't get where this playing to strength come with the system, because this guy's played in this system before. Maybe not in terms of possession, but we're talking about, we're not changing the system, we're changing the formation. There's a completely different argument here, because under Tuchel will play the same system because of the way he likes to play. It'll be the formation.
Well, formation
changes.
is what we mean then.
Yeah, then cool. But this guy's played in this formation before, multiple
No,
times.
he hasn't.
Yes, he has. For both,
not in the way.
Inter, they did at
we
times,
use
and
it.
for Belgium, he's done at times. This is
Well,
the thing. We're trying to accommodate for a player that you.
Hold on. At Inter, he had a strike partner. In Belgium, he has
Then,
three
then
behind
get
him.
a strike partner for him, or get a partner for him.
Hey, we better accommodate for Lukaku. That's what I'm saying. We better start
At
accommodating.
Inter, he has a strike partner.
I agree.
But hold on though. At Belgium, he has three behind him at all times.
No, he doesn't. He has two.
Yeah, he does.
It's just look at the quality.
Hazard and Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, look at the quality of them. That's my point.
There's no one in our middle.
But those are three attacking players, though.
No, there's two. They have
three.
two behind him. When De Bruyne plays in the midfield, he doesn't play as an attacker.
Yeah, but
he's still extremely creative.
He adds 10 times more attack than any of
us. He does, because it's De Bruyne. He has two. But my point is, he has two. It's the same situation he has here. It's just the quality is a lot different.
Inter Milan, Inter Milan, he had Eriksen, who was playing midfield as well.
Yeah, but again,
Barella.
The way that their midfield works, you go and look at Inter Milan. It's a 1 behind a 2. So they play the 3, then a 1 in front of them, then the 4. They don't have an attacking midfielder.
Yeah,
a traditional attacking midfielder. They're playing slightly deeper. But this is my point: is we're talking about changing the formation to suit someone.
The attack. You're having semantic in the names of the actual roles. But all those players join the attack. Eriksen was an attacking mid for several years. Just because he's playing center mid now doesn't mean he doesn't use those attacking qualities.
It depends what Conte wanted. Because again, we're talking about. It wasn't no. Eriksen didn't play for most of the season because he wasn't playing the way Conte wanted.
How did Conte play at Chelsea when he played that same system?
Say again?
When he played that system at Chelsea, how did he play?
He didn't play the 3-5-2. He played a 3-4-3.
Yeah, when he played a 3-4-3.
We were a counter-attacking team. And honestly, it's a while ago. I can't remember. But we were a counter-attacking team. Oh,
Real. Are you for real?
Scott, can I just say what you were saying about the consistency thing?
Yeah, say quick because minerals are here.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a word for next 30 minutes.
No, I'm gonna speak on it. Don't worry. Because I agree with Alex on our consistency. I don't think we have the legs to go for a long amount of games and keep winning like City and Liverpool shown. And when I say City and Liverpool, I'm not talking about them this season. I just mean them as teams. Like Pep Guardiola's team over the years has shown that they can build. Like I think last season they went 20 games and they won the league. Liverpool won the league. The year before that, I know they didn't win it, but they put up 98 points. They went the distance and they showed that they can have consistency.
They are 8 points behind last season, Liverpool, before 8 points behind top 4. And they got it at top 4 in March. How you pick up 8 points from March to get in top 4? That's the kind of run
they won 13 games in a row after we beat them. After Mason Mount went and scored that goal at Anfield, they went and won all the games they had left.
Exactly.
Yeah? And fair enough, some of them were scrappy. Some of them was Alisson winning a header in the last minute of the game. But the facts are they won. And I think I don't trust our team to go and do that, partially because of what I was saying in the beginning. We've got players that I can trust, like your Thiago Silvas, like your Kantes. The rest of them, I feel like they're all good players. They all have their times when they're on form, but we're going to get inconsistent performances from them. Our squad just doesn't have enough world-class players in it to carry us over the line.
I agree.
That's my prediction.
I agree, but none of that is down to the system. That's down to those players having individual errors. That's fair. That's my overall point. I'm just sick of this idea that we need to change the system. We need to change the formation based on 2 games or 3 games. Actually, no, 2 games, because the Man United game we still played well. It's just we couldn't finish. And
here's the problem with what I have.
It's 2 games, and then people are going, "Oh, we need to change the system."
Here's the problem with what I have.
So there's no problem.
We're talking about the consistency, but during how many games we already played this season, 13 whatever games, you cannot pinpoint that we played on consistency. Like for example, when Liverpool have what I'm talking about consistency is a little bit different. It's not only how we win in a game; it's all about how a whole team in sync playing 5-6 games. Like for example, the forward department, the midfield department, and the defense department playing in sync and we're winning games. Because when Liverpool play and Man City goes into the unbeaten run for 10 games, but all departments like defense, midfield, and forward, they all in sync when they play, when we winning those games. We are never winning games when everybody is good. Like you can, like for example, you can count on on your hands how many times a whole team played well. You see what I'm saying? It's always either defense save us a game or forward save us a game or something. We never won in sync team and winning the games. Norwich, that's when we play well. Like everything. That's what I'm saying.
I can agree with that. I think Leicester was another example, but yeah.
Well, I'm saying you can pinpoint a couple of games this season, but as a whole team, we never played well all team against opponent and winning a game. That's when we're gonna reach 4 or 5 games when the whole system playing well together. Then I'm gonna start saying, you know what? Maybe we can go on the run 10 unbeaten run. But
It's
I just don't
crazy
see it.
because I never thought Chelsea could win the league. It was only once we beat Leicester and then Juventus, I got a bit gassed because I was like, right, we're playing some good football, we're scoring goals, we're keeping clean sheets. But this week has just brought me back down to reality, innit?
I was never I will never go into the league saying that, like, I will never say that we're gonna win the league before December. The earliest I'm gonna look at the December. There's like this level of immaturity when kids saying it, like, oh, we favorites. I don't know why we favorites, because Championship League should not be compared to the Premier League, because it's a two different way you set up your teams. It's a consistency needs to be played. It's 38 games a season. It's not 3. That's why people who say it, like, how come Barcelona, when you are going into Barcelona is the best team in the world, or Real Madrid, they won the Championship League more than anybody. That's a different kind of tournament. It's a different way to look at it. It's no way you can look at the Championship League same way you're looking at any kinds of league or any kinds of games, because it's a consistency that's required. It's a squad. Do you agree that there's a managers that only meant to be like national team managers? They cannot be on the league
versus league managers.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
Cup managers, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. For example, what's his name? That the one that Belgium's manager. He will never be a good any kind of team's manager. He always good in the tournaments. He won the FA Cup. He was doing well in the such specific times. So for me, league and the Championship League, it's a two different things.
Should we let these other guys say something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the other points you want to drop.
Johnny just getting ready to attack.
Yeah.
Well,
Are you? Yeah.
I think
Listen, if we're saying we have there's no problem with like getting Lukaku scoring and it's just form of players, then we just have to be
We're in
patient.
trouble.
No, I think, as I said, I think there's issues. I just don't think it comes. I think it comes down more to try and like not playing to his strengths rather than trying to like change everything.
But somebody put a comment up. I can't remember who. It was Bobby Fairview. He was like, "Are we just overreacting because our squad's not fit?"
I think a little bit. I think that comes into it. And when you've got, look at what Tuchel said after the game. We've got so many problems in terms, not just injuries, but like you got players playing through pain. Apparently, like whether we know that's true or not, regardless, but we can only go off what he says. But if that's true, you got so many players playing through pain, and like that's bad. Like, and we've got. This isn't me trying to use like the injuries thing as an excuse, but we've got so many injuries in our squad. I just want to work out why that is. Like we've got so many.
Yeah, guys, that's what I was saying in the last stream. Yeah, for Watford, I think last game we started without Thiago, Kovacic, Kante, Jorginho, Lukaku, Chilwell, and James. Right. So I don't think Liverpool or Man City survived that type of injury blow. Maybe Man City, but certainly not Liverpool. Certainly. So I feel like we're kind of
It's gonna be hard
overreacting
for
a
them to
little
stop
bit.
their run as well.
What? What'd you say?
What'd you say,
So
Lewis?
the question then becomes, how do we play to Lukaku's strengths?
You stop trying to play him like a target man when he's not a target man.
But even I don't want to bring even when we
Yeah, but
do
wait,
play,
wait,
when
you
even
guys
the
remember?
players that get in the positions to pass it to him, for some reason they hit the defender in the knee when he tried to cross it. Like, how you can fix that?
Bro, don't get started on the fucking crosses, man. That was
Like, what? How many times that what's his name? Cho got into the position to pass it to Lukaku, and the first thing he did is hit the guy in the knee, the first defender.
that's the
I think our-
difference, Alex.
And
That's the difference. That's the difference between a team like us and a team like City. Their players are killers in that situation. Like in that situation, they're taking a player on, going down the outside, whipping a pinpoint ball in. Our players
that
are,
is a problem.
are not
There
panicking,
is
but
a
like
problem.
hesitating, wondering what to do, play it back, or just hit and hope the ball in the box.
I think
That's
that
where the
was the
difference
nature
comes.
of the game, though, isn't it? Because like when the subs came on, it was like, okay, we have to go and win the game now, and we had like so much attack, and obviously they brought a lot of players back. It was we couldn't get past them, and I think the lack of movement from all of the front three meant that Lukaku was just on his own, isolated like an island, and every time they tried to cross, he was the only person in the box. I think it's more than just the quality of our wingers; it's also the system. Not the system, but like the way that we're playing.
I think for the
Listen,
I think for the Lukaku we have pretty bad players around Lukaku.
We
to
don't have
play
players that
his
complement
Lukaku.
him. I don't
What
think
I'm
we have
saying-
players that complement him.
Yeah, I don't think we
that's
have a
necessarily
players.
true.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think I think it's about
He ain't the guy.
If you're gonna play through Lukaku, I think you
I
need
know, Johnny, but we have the
I
guys,
think
so
you
we have
need
to deal
players
with it.
next to him. You need players like really close to him, right? Earlier in the season, even when we weren't playing well, but he was scoring goals and whatever he had like a 90% conversion rate. That was due to and we're praising Kovacic. That was due to Kovacic taking those risks.
I'm not
And
having
joining
it.
the
I'm
attack.
not having
He
it,
played on
Daniel.
1-2
I'm
with
not
them.
having it. I watched
Let me
that game
finish.
yesterday. I
All right,
watched
never
that
mind.
game
Go ahead.
yesterday, bruv. The guy don't move. He's just like a plank of wood, bruv. He was awful. Even your fella next to me, Lewis. What's his name?
Andrew.
Yeah, bruv. Fucking hell. He was all. I got recordings, mate. He's like, why is he not moving? Why is he not moving? Why is he just staying in one position?
He gained weight, by
since
the
he
way.
come
Did you
on,
see he
he
gained
did
weight?
nothing. Well, listen, I'll tell you how it is. Yeah, when Kai went off, right, that was the moment the game changed for me. That was the moment, because the moment you brought Lukaku on, I'm sorry, I don't want to hear that we need to build the system around him. Our system works beautifully well. Works fine.
Just
There's
one
no
quick question
problems with our
before you move
system,
on,
bruv.
Johnny. When Giroud was playing in that system, was Giroud doing what Havertz was
Giroud
doing?
hardly played. He wasn't playing consistently.
When he did play, did he do what Havertz was doing? Was he pressing at any point? Was he dropping deep? Was he moving? Or was he playing like a target man?
Giroud did move. Yeah, of course he moves a bit.
No, he
but
didn't.
I'm not saying
He played like a target man.
he's not a Kai Havertz up there. That's for sure.
But
He's
that's how
definitely
he
not a Kai
played.
Havertz.
That's how certain strikers just play that way.
Yeah, but
You play
bruv,
to
you
their
can't
strengths
play
'cause they
like that
score
against
goals.
a West Ham. You can't
that's
not
how-
move
listen,
against West Ham. That's
that is
food and
how-
drink for West Ham's defence. It's food and drink. If
Listen,
if you're
that's
not
how
pulling
he
those
plays, and
defenders
that's
out
how
of
you can't.
position,
For me,
how
I
are you going to
wouldn't
create the
question.
pockets and the spaces to actually attack them? They force us to go down the wings, which is what they want. They want us to cross the ball because we're going to aim the ball to Lukaku, and he's going to have two central defenders on him, and that's exactly what happened. But
Johnny,
even when he got
players
the
go on
ball,
the
his
wing,
hold up was terrible, bruv. It
Johnny,
was awful.
I agree with you, but we never went
Why
to
is he
this.
holding the ball up? He plays
Bruv,
off
when he
plays.
got the ball on like
No,
three
no,
or
no.
four
That's my
occasions,
question.
it
Like
didn't stick.
that should be
It didn't stick to him. It didn't
But
stick.
that should be that should be the question and the problem that we should be having. When he gets the ball,
This
why
is
does
what
he
my
have three
dog
players
thinks
on
of
him
it.
and he has to hold it up and wait for players to join him? The
Bruv,
way
he had
Lukaku wants to
Mount with
play,
him. He couldn't
he
even
wants to-
hold it.
No,
he
he
couldn't even
didn't.
hold it to release the ball, is my point. He was poor in that game. He was so poor. I can't tell you how poor he was. He was right in front of me.
And we can't give him the excuse of like injury or anything. He had a whole
There's
45
no excuse
minutes.
for him. I'm sorry.
Oh
You
my
come
God.
on, yeah.
Wow.
We need to go and win this game against West Ham. It was 2-2 at that point. We need to go and win the game. And the guy's literally a plank. And every time he got the ball or he made a misplaced pass, he's blaming Cho or he's blaming Mount. It's not good enough. I'm sorry. Kai wasn't like that. When we had Kai, we were dangerous,
Well,
bro.
Kai
We
is
had
dangerous
movement.
now, so what are you
Mason
gonna
Mount
do,
was our
Johnny?
best attacker. Everyone
but-
apart from Mount shouldn't be even on that pitch. That's how shit they were.
So are we
Ziyech
gonna
was
wait.
good.
So are we only gonna
Ziyech
play
was
with
good,
Mount?
Ziyech was really good.
Ziyech was okay, but he went off, didn't he? If he was that good, he would have stayed on second half. Second half, he was anonymous. Second half,
Yeah, because of the
anonymous.
way we played. In that first half, he was one of our
You know,
best
there's
attackers.
no hiding
somebody saw
behind
it
that.
too that
Jorginho
Lukaku
lost
got
his
bigger.
cheek.
I'm not the only one.
They didn't have a good game. Yeah, Jorginho's tired. He's fucking absolutely rags to the bone. I don't care about Jorginho. I don't care about Mendy. Mendy's not made one fucking mistake since he's come into Chelsea Football Club. He's allowed one game where he doesn't play well and he's cost us a couple goals. Fair play. That's what happened. But at the end of the day, we were sloppy. We gave the ball away. We didn't move the ball quick enough. And that was all into West Ham's hands. Every time Mendy got the ball, he was too slow in releasing it so that we can actually attack them. By the time we did get the ball to a Thiago Silva, they're all back in their positions, ready for the low block. You know, it was like that the whole game. You know, every department wasn't there. Mount had the best chance in the second half to get that winner, all right, when I think he was inside the box. Apart from that, what chance did we have? When Lukaku came on, we had nothing. I knew, I said to the fella next to me, I said to him, when Lukaku comes on, that's it. I can't see us getting back into this
Lewis,
game.
put
And
the
we were 2-2 then.
declare comment.
Then we went 3-2, and that was it. It was
Not
over. It was
not that
over.
one.
There was no way
After
we were
that
getting
one.
back in that game.
This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says,
Yeah.
I talked about his weight problem before we brought him. Lewis will remember. I do remember us having that conversation. He said,
There's
Don't you
no-
guys think
there's
he's
no-
He
really
did
Yeah.
look
fit,
overweight,
fit,
Lewis.
though?
does.
He
There's
looked
no,
overweight,
no, we
geezer.
didn't, bro. No, we
He
didn't.
did,
There's
he
no,
did.
there's no issue
He
with
did.
Lukaku's weight. The issue is
Bruv,
he doesn't move.
He looks
He looked
bigger.
hagged,
I
bruv. He looked
Bro,
hagged.
go look at it. Like, go watch it again. Like, look at pictures of him at the start of the season. Look at pictures of him now. He's the same. He was the same.
Bruv,
Like,
the way the kit was
you're
on
making-
him,
Nah,
bruv, he just looked
Oscar,
a
he
bit,
does look a
didn't
little
look right,
bigger,
man.
though.
no,
He did
like,
look a
you
little
guys
bigger.
are just making excuses out of nothing. Like,
No, I'm
honestly.
not making excuses. I think him being on the sidelines and not like training.
Yeah,
I just-
that's not.
Bro,
I
he's
just
not
think
bigger. He's the same.
Lukaku just has to get match fit. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think it's worse. Like Tuchel
I'm not
did not
saying
want to
he's
bring him in.
Hazard. I'm not.
All
saying
right.
he's
So
Hazard.
when you say he's got to get match fit, when Mount's been eased in, you lot want to come at Mount, yeah, and say to him, "Oh, he doesn't deserve to play next game." Where's the same energy
So you're
for
doing the same
Lukaku
thing, Johnny?
or for a Pulisic or for whoever's playing the front line? But when it comes to Mount, it's no, he's got to be benched. Well, Lukaku, from
Johnny
that
is such a
performance
hypocrite,
yesterday, he
bro.
deserves to be benched for the next
So
game.
you want to do the
Bro.
exact same thing, Johnny?
You're doing
Bro.
the exact same thing right now.
This
to
is
That's
the
me
Lukaku.
being
thing,
petty.
yeah.
Johnny is such a hypocrite
Lukaku
because
hasn't
Why
started
am I
the
being a
game
hypocrite?
since
For what
you're
reason?
a
doing what
hypocrite
we're
because
doing
when
to Mount
when
to
Kai
Lukaku,
Havertz
how is that
Werner is
fair?
not up to par, they just come into the team.
I would have
It's they
rather
gotta
Werner
adapt.
yesterday.
Oh, they gotta
All
do
day
this.
long, I would have had
Lukaku's
Werner.
been here for
All
how
day long.
Do
how
what?
long? Has got
To have
injured.
some
There's
movement,
no
bruv.
excuse for him.
And
You're
what movement?
torching him.
You know Werner's the best at movement. He's quality at
Movement?
movement.
No,
That's
he's
part
not.
of his
Oh.
game.
Best at anything.
Yeah?
Werner thing, man. I don't want to hear Werner.
Let's have it right,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's
If
not
Werner
talk
was
about
on that
Werner.
pitch, you know that there'll be pockets created. Mason Mount was doing so much. Reece James didn't have the best of games, but he's been rushed back in because we desperately need Reece James. We could have had
Rushed back
Aspilicueta
in,
in
wow.
that game. Yeah. But there was a lot of players that are below par. And against West Ham away, yeah, you can't be below par. You've got to
Yo,
be on
question.
it.
You think if Lukaku was ready to start, he would have started?
Why didn't Tuchel start him, bruv? Because Kai Havertz
Because he
has just
wasn't-
come back from
he
an
wasn't
injury.
Because
ready.
he
He wasn't
wasn't
ready.
ready.
Oh,
Even-
if he's not ready, then put on Werner then, bruv.
Werner's
Tuchel's the
shit.
gaffer. Tuchel's the
Werner's been in
gaffer.
debt.
If
Oh.
Lukaku weren't ready, he wouldn't have played him, would he?
Bro,
If he wasn't
Kai
ready,
Havertz
he
got
wouldn't have played
injured.
him.
Johnny, do you think if Kai Havertz was fit, he would have made the sub?
No. He
No,
wouldn't have.
Kai Havertz would.
He
Kai
wouldn't, he would've
Havertz.
waited.
Kai
He would've
Havertz
waited.
deserved to be on that pitch.
Exactly, but he got injured, so he couldn't play. So the next best option is Lukaku. I'm not
No,
trying to
it's
see-
Timo Werner.
No, it's
Against the
not.
hang on. We're talking about you mentioned earlier about West Ham defensively were solid, we're dropping back playing a low block. Historically, what does Werner do against low blocks?
Sky.
The thing
No, he
is,
doesn't
I don't
fuck all
even
because he
think
doesn't get in the
like
game.
I think
Like-
Werner would probably been the best, but I don't even think
But
Tutu
West Ham
trust
is
him.
not a low block team. Come
They
on.
played a low
They
block.
the best at doing
No,
what?
they not.
They did. When we had
No,
the
they
ball,
not.
they
Yo,
dropped
it's
deep,
not
they
even
played a
not.
low
that.
block, and
Werner
then they
should have
They
came
countered.
not a
on.
Their
low.
transition
They had
game was
Scott,
four
incredible.
defenders,
Scott.
4 center backs at a point.
Werner should have came on, but Tuchel just
Why?
doesn't trust him anymore.
Why
Why?
should Werner have come on? We saw what he looked like against Man
Like,
United when there were
Luka-
3
look,
centre backs around him. He
Lukaku
couldn't
is-
do nothing.
Lukaku is
Yeah, let's
no.
just do
That's
a
what
whole
I'm
plus.
saying,
If
though.
you
That's
see-
what I'm saying. Tuchel
Which
just
thing
doesn't
Werner-
trust him
Werner,
anymore.
Werner played against the
No,
worst
no,
defense,
Javi,
a more
what are you saying? Because
mistake-ridden
we saw him
defense,
against
and was
low blocks
shit.
and he was shit. So
I'm
how,
So you want
saying
to bring
like
him into a
Lukaku
game?
should not have come on, bro. Werner was there, but Tuchel just doesn't trust him anymore.
because he's bad.
I know,
If
and I'm
we're
agreeing
saying
with
if
that.
we're
I'm
saying
just
Werner should
saying,
have come on,
like
then we're
he
hopeless,
just
man.
Tuchel doesn't trust him, bro. I gave up on Werner,
Look,
but
I
I'm
don't
just saying
think
even
Tuchel
Tuchel doesn't trust him anymore.
likes Lukaku either. He just can't afford it.
He didn't
can
want
afford the
Lukaku,
50
bruv.
million
That's
drop.
why.
He can afford it. He can afford drop.
Yeah, right.
Werner.
You tell
He
me
cannot afford
are you
drop
telling me if
Lukaku.
Tuchel told the board, you know what, I can win this league with Werner and
No,
Havertz and my
that's not
false
how it
nine? They would have.
works.
No, hold
That-
on, let me finish. If you're
I
telling me
already
he
know
could
what
told
you're
them
gonna ask.
you don't have to spend 100 million on a striker to bring him back to Chelsea, that they would have said, no, we have to spend this 100 million. We're gonna get you this striker you
No,
don't want.
that's not.
Stop
Daniel,
it.
we've
The
lost
board looking
Tammy.
at it like
We've
this.
lost Giroud and Tammy. That means regardless, you need a striker, don't you? You need a striker. So the board have gone
need
out
a
and
100 million
panic-buyed
striker.
and bought a striker, bruv.
You didn't
It's
need
as
to
simple as
spend
that.
100 million on one if he didn't want one. If
Well,
he didn't
what
want
other
the
striker
100
are you
million
going to
guy,
get?
why did we
What other
spend 100
striker
million
was
on
there
it?
to get?
You can get a striker that fits your system better if that's what it takes.
I
That
would have
comes
had.
down-
I told you, lot. I would have had Danny Ings all day long, bruv. I
Danny
would have had
Ings
Danny
doesn't
Ings.
fit
I would have kept Tammy,
There
and
you
then
go.
gone and
If
got
they
Haaland
thought
next
they
year.
could
Isn't
get
Ings
Danny
injured
But that's
Ings
my
right now?
point.
25
Again,
million,
this
they would
comes
have gotten
down.
him instead of spending 100 million. If
But
Tuchel
if
told them,
it,
I don't need this guy. He
yeah,
doesn't suit the way I play. I don't like him.
The board
Then
do what they
why
want,
would the
Daniel,
board
and
want
you
to
know
spend
that.
100 million?
You've what you know Chelsea long enough. The board do not work like that. They'll go out and buy
Yes,
and they'll
they
say
do.
make
They
it
don't
work.
like spending money.
No, the board, but the board didn't even spend the money. They made money. They bought Lukaku from the sales that they
Do
made
you
in the
think?
summer.
Do you think
So you think that
Ancelotti
they don't
wanted
want to keep
Torres?
those sales
Daniel,
profit?
do you think
They needed a
Ancelotti wanted
striker.
Torres? Do you think Ancelotti want Fernando Torres?
No, he didn't.
I'm
He
asking
didn't want
Daniel.
Torres.
Daniel,
Yeah.
do you think Ancelotti asked board to buy them Torres?
No, but he wanted he
Exactly.
wanted a striker for a similar price.
They
No,
wanted
he
a
wanted a
striker, so they
striker.
went and
So they
bought
went
that
for the Premier
striker
League. So they
and
went for the
said make
Premier
it
League
work.
player.
That's
They
my
wanted
point.
a striker for a similar price, so they went for a Premier League player. It was either him or Sergio Aguero. Obviously, we made the wrong choice. But Aguero went for 45 million. He came to us for 50.
boys, from what I'm hearing, we're all saying that it's happening.
This is
again with
100
number
million
9.
we're talking about here.
Are we
Yeah,
saying
and that's
it's
why I
happening
said to you
again?
from the start of the season, or when we started the season,
Don't make
Tuchel's got a
excuses
big
for
problem on
Tuchel
his
saying he
hands.
didn't want him or
Because
he just,
for me,
he wanted him.
Kai is
This is
clear.
his striker.
Kai's clear up top for me. He's
That
clear.
sounds good, but
No,
the fact is
exactly.
yeah.
this:
But
Jose
hang on,
didn't
we
want
spent the
Shevchenko
whole
either.
of last year. We spent the whole of last year under Tuchel saying we need a striker. We're not clinical enough. So we want to go back to just the same issues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we have the striker we've got is not bringing the minerals, bruv. He's not bringing
Yeah, I
it.
get that,
So,
but then so our solution is to go back to the issue we had at last year.
Also,
This-
I'd rather have
But
a
when
I'd
we had
rather have a
when
less
we
season
not
had
bringing
our
in the
last
minerals.
front line from last year,
I'd
we
rather
scored
have a
how
less
many
season
goals have we
problem than
scored?
this problem.
Since Lukaku's been out, how many goals have we scored? Like
I don't-
we're
I don't know
scoring
off the top of my
goals.
head.
It's not that's not the issue. It's just we haven't got that number 9 up there that gives you 25 goals a season, which are very hard to find in world football right now. We've bought Lukaku, invested money in Lukaku, and Lukaku ain't bringing the minerals to any game he's playing in right now. And we
To be-
need,
Right now,
we
he's
So
need
Johnny,
Johnny,
someone
don't
in
you
that
think
front
you
line
just gotta
John,
make
to
it
be
work?
scoring
You
to be
just gotta
goals.
find
To
solutions
be fair,
instead
half
of being
our
like,
team, half
what do you
of our
mean
team is
any
not
game he's
performing
playing
right
in
now.
right now? He's only played 2 games. One
He's
he
played
Exactly.
2 games.
minutes,
So another,
the other he played 7 minutes.
that's
Let
9
me
games
finish.
he's gone without scoring a goal.
He played 7 minutes the last game.
All right, but he's all right. Let's take away that. That's 8 games he's not scored a goal.
And before that, he played
If
20
you don't
minutes
create,
against
by the way,
Malmo.
sorry, if you don't
Here's
create
the-
shit
And
for him,
before
then
that,
he
he
ain't gonna
played 60
score.
minutes against Aston Villa.
Here's
We've
the-
created
Let's stop doing
chances,
this.
man.
Yo,
We've created
Can I
chances for
can I learn
Lukaku. I'm not
something?
having that.
Let me learn
Yesterday
something
we
about
did it.
Lukaku.
We've created chances for
Yesterday
Lukaku.
we created one chance for Lukaku, and most of it was his own making, and it wasn't even a big chance.
Do you know what? What happens when you play Lukaku? It hinders Kai and it hinders Mount, and you don't get that fluidity and that creative spark and flair. When he comes in the side, those two suffer, especially Mount. Mount was isolated when Lukaku came on.
No, he
was
wasn't.
isolated.
He was involved.
No, he
I
wasn't.
feel like
Cho,
Mount tries to play with Lukaku.
every
was
time
shit.
Cho got the ball, all he could do was what? Go to the byline and cross it for
Cho
them
was
to head
not
it
shit.
out.
Don't do
Is that
that.
how we're going to play football?
No, he is not shit. Yesterday he was shit. He is not a shit player, but yesterday he was poor, and that was not to do
Big
with
up
who you
people
talking
that saying
about?
Lukaku
Cho.
doesn't have Conte
He was shit
slapping food
yesterday,
out
and that's not down to Lukaku. That's down to decision making. When you're getting one-on-one with a defender and then stopping, playing it backwards, and killing an attack, that's on you. That's not on Lukaku or not on having Havertz there or whatever. That's on you just having poor decision making in that moment.
And I
And
think
when
that
you-
goes
and when
down
you're
to
getting to the
taking
byline
Cho
as
out
well,
for
We're
2
not
games.
having clear
and
instructions.
when you're getting to the byline and putting the crosses in, there needs to be a level of like consideration into the crosses. No point just smacking a ball into the box like anywhere and hoping Lukaku's going to do a madness.
I think, Scott, I think that's Cho's problem, though. I think he takes too much consideration because he's such an efficient player. He doesn't like wasting the ball.
I don't think
he gets into those positions. He gets into those positions, and he's waiting too long to think of how can I cross this ball that is going to get to a player, that he ends up passing it back. And there's a couple times he passed it back to Jorginho because he knows we're not going to lose the ball if I do that. Jorginho has a shot that goes wide. He did it another time for Mount, and then the other times it's only Lukaku in the box with 4 centre backs, bro. Like, what is he like? What are these wingers supposed to do?
I get that. But then, regardless, the cross ain't good enough. The cross still isn't good enough.
Yeah, no,
regardless.
I mean it's not. But
can I say this? Yeah,
That's what I said. He better on the right when we play with Lukaku.
If you had
better on
what's
the
his
right.
name, Costa out for the amount of time Lukaku's been out, and Costa came on in that game. Do you think Costa's going to put in a performance like Lukaku did?
We wouldn't know.
We don't play to his strengths, then probably.
No chance. Costa would have been moving. He's got a touch on
Costa
him.
gets
He's got
frustrated when
aggression.
Costa needs a Fabregas
I didn't see
behind
any
him.
of that from Lukaku.
Hold on,
yesterday.
Costa wasn't playing as a target
Hazard
man.
to create for him.
Are you
He's not playing
serious,
as a
Daniel?
target man.
Costa was not playing as a target
He
man.
was
Do you know
our
who
focal
kept the
number
ball?
nine.
No, hold on.
Listen,
Do you know who kept the ball and bounced off 4 or 5 players?
because we don't got a
Eden Hazard
Fabregas
did
or
that.
a creator. Because if you look at when we
Costa
played
would
West
just
Brom
flick the
with
ball to
Costa,
Hazard. Hazard would keep the ball off 5-6 players, hold the ball up. That's what he
Lukaku
was
cannot
doing.
even do that.
Lukaku can't even link up, bro.
That's
or
not
hold
his
the ball,
game.
man.
Who
He
else
can't
can
even
do
hold
that?
the ball,
Which one
man.
of the attacking
Oh
mids
my
can hold the
God!
ball?
Are you serious, Daniel? Lukaku cannot
Daniel's
hold the
just
ball
backing.
to
I
link
get
up.
it. He's backing
He's not
Lukaku.
holding
Fair
the
play
ball.
to you, mate.
He's not a
Fair
target.
play.
Of course
But
he can hold
in
it
this game, I'm
sometimes.
sorry, he
Da-
was
Daniel,
His
but-
game is
shocking.
combination
hold on
play.
a
His
second.
game has
Shocking.
always
But
been combination
hold
play.
on. That's it. I'm gonna talk now. Yo, if Lukaku can't hold the ball, then what is he there for? Is he
Combination play
hold
to
on a
score
second?
goals. How he's always played.
Does he have a space to do the runs on the shoulder runs? We have
he's
the
a low block.
position.
I didn't even
How are
say
you
shoulder
supposed to
runs.
turn him with no
1-2s,
space?
man. Like combination play.
Exactly. 1-2, it's the
play.
hold up play. 1-2, it means hold up play.
Quick 1-2s, not hold up with 3 players
my
on
God,
you,
it
waiting
is.
15 seconds for a
It
player
is.
to come join you and freaking
Please,
attack.
for the love of God, go back into the yesterday's game and watch him try to link up with Mount, and he loses possession every time he tried to link up those 1-2.
He did. I was in front of it, and I'm telling you, even when the ball's lumped up to Lukaku, he couldn't even get the ball down, hold it, so that you can relieve
You're playing it to him most of the time. Most of the time, that's because you're playing it to him in the air. You're lumping it up and expecting him to control it.
No, it wasn't
He
in
got
the
it
air.
down.
It wasn't
He got
in
the
the air.
ball down.
Ball
And he
was on
couldn't
the
even hold
ground.
the ball. He couldn't even hold
When
it.
was
And when
this?
he released the ball, it was to no one. And then he's moaning at Cho. I saw him. It was ridiculous.
It was the ball on the ground, and Lukaku stopped the ball, tried to touched it into the
Listen,
space,
like I
and
said,
he mispassed it.
the only person who's going to suffer is Tuchel. So if he doesn't
I
figure
agree.
out how to get Lukaku scoring, he's going to get fired. Say whatever you
No,
want.
no.
So,
What
Johnny,
you
you
do
might
is
as well
you
back
do
your
what you
players
did when
like
you
you do
didn't have
everybody else.
Lukaku and you're winning games, and you drop Lukaku if he's got the minerals to do it. Because if Lukaku's coming on and playing, and
Johnny,
he's not
he
holding up the
can't.
ball,
He
he's not
can't
linking up
because
the
Kai
play, he's not
Havertz is
scoring
injured.
goals
What
or
are you not
assisting,
understanding?
then why are
Havertz
you
is
on the
injured.
pitch?
He
Havertz
can't.
is injured.
And Werner ain't putting the chances away.
Werner would have been better like, in this
No,
game
he
No, he
yesterday.
fucking
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
Don't do that.
Yes, he
Don't
would.
do
Yes,
that.
he would.
He
So
would
hang
not
on.
have.
So this is this. You want to play the same guy that couldn't do it against a centre back pairing of Lindelof and Bailly, a mistake-ridden Lindelof and Bailly. That is, missed chance after chance, was shit, was invisible. But you want to do it against what is, I think, a better defence.
He
better
wasn't
exactly the
missing
same
a
way.
chance after chance.
Because
I'll
it
tell
was
you
Cho
why. Missing a chance after
because
chance.
we had Mason Mount
wasn't
up there
Cho.
who's on
We're in
fire.
It
damn
was
position
Cho.
to not
Cho
do
had
that.
one
It
on
was
one
both of
versus
At
them.
United, we
It's
didn't have
both of
Mason
them. It's
Mount
not just
until
one or
the
two. It's both of them.
80th minute.
I'll argue with you again, Scott. Cho has the better chances of scoring than Werner
cool.
ever
Werner
was.
had the chances, and the issue I had with Werner in that game, as I
Still
said,
had
let's
one
remember-
chance,
hang on,
but
hang on.
Werner got in
I'm
multiple
getting back at this.
positions and
The
missed.
issue that I had with Werner in that game was his positional awareness of where to be in the box. But we're talking about we want him
I
to
agree
play
with
as
that.
our strike. Yeah,
I
but we
agree with
again,
that.
and then we want to bring him on as the striker when we're talking about Lukaku doesn't move enough. When Werner doesn't even know where he's meant to be going forward.
No, but,
Yes,
but
it makes
Werner
sense.
does
He's-
get into
look,
those pockets.
but
He's
he-
got pace.
the way
hang on,
Werner
we've
don't
had
have
the same
that.
hang
The
on, we've just had
way
the same
Werner
conversation.
moves
We've had the same
create the chance
conversation
for
that
Cho.
Lukaku didn't have space to get into those pockets.
No,
So you think Werner's going to get into
wasn't.
those pockets?
What the? No, Redneck. What are you talking about? The way Werner moves.
Just before we keep
I'm
going,
saying-
big up Paul saying,
Yeah, go
I ain't
ahead.
gonna lie, the level of
One
investment
of
we've
Cho's
made.
chances was
Werner 40 million, Havertz 70 million, and 100 million Lukaku. Very low. What does
Return
ROI?
return
Return
of
on
investment.
investment.
Yes,
And
it's a
I
very
agree
low
on this as
return
well,
on
and this is a
investment.
bigger point. When it comes to
Fucking
our
hell.
attacking, when we buy attacking talent, we don't look at system play. We look at numbers. We look at how well are they doing for their age, or how well are they doing in terms of their numbers. We don't look at whether they're going to fit the
Yeah,
system.
That's a
because
fact. Do you think
it's
it's
the
because you
board
don't hire
buying the
that director
players
of
saying
football?
make it work to Tuchel. And Tuchel has shot himself in the foot, kind of, in a way, by making it work, inheriting the squad he did last year, and just bringing all the minerals, making everyone play fantastic and making it work. Now they bought Lukaku and they're saying, make it work. We've got a striker, make it work. And now Tuchel's got a problem, because for me, I'd rather have Kai Havertz up there in that false nine, playing with Mason Mount, and you
Not a
play
false nine.
whoever. It's clear as day for me. You build this team around Mason Mount and Kai
and you
Havertz.
play whoever,
Absolute
so you can
clear.
blame whoever
Clear
it
as
is
day.
for us having a bad game and not scoring. And we can
No,
have
no,
the
it's
same
not. I've been
problems
saying
over
this
and
for
over.
ages,
But as long
Daniel.
as Mason
I've
Mount
been
plays a
saying
good
this for
game, as long
ages.
as Werner plays well, it's all good. As long as
I
Kai
don't
plays well,
care.
it's all good.
My point
It's
is,
not about the team,
Daniel,
is
as
it?
long as you got Havertz and Mount in there, you can put Werner, Pulisic, Cho. I couldn't give a toss, mate, because at the end of the day, Tuchel can swap them players around to make whatever work and tinkle it. Yeah, but those two
man.
players are essential of us going forward and progressing and win the title. And we're still going to win this title. And I think we needed a loss like this, all right, to see those fucking cunts of West Ham fans at us. Disgraceful, man. How we let them beat us like that. All right, but we needed that. We needed that, and now Tuchel knows we're gonna go. We're gonna come back even better and sharper, and it's a smack in the face for everyone. And they needed that.
Everybody's
And the
injured,
pressure's
Johnny.
off us a bit now.
Johnny,
Let
everybody's
the
injured.
little
You know what's
ones
Everybody's
play.
amazing?
coming
You know
back.
what's amazing? How I want to understand what Lukaku has to do with the third best player in the world making mistakes in 2 games out of his 3
I
that
don't
he
know
plays.
if he's third best player
How's
in
he
the
the
world.
third
No,
best
no.
player in the
No,
world?
he means he's
talking
like
about
when he says he's
Jorginho.
getting a Jorginho. I get what he's saying, that what can Lukaku do when you got Jorginho making mistakes?
Are we
Oh,
supposed to have the best backline in the world?
Hold on, wait.
No,
First
no.
of
You
all,
just
can't
taking
blame
it.
just Jorginho.
No,
man.
yes I can.
No.
Yes,
It's
I
not
can.
just. It isn't just
Jorginho's a
Jorginho.
world-class player.
Hey,
Don't give me that.
Lewis.
He had
Don't
a
give me that.
slightly off game. He
No,
had
he
a
was
slightly
shit.
off
He
game.
was
Tell
Yeah,
Stephanie
terrible.
I
he's not
wasn't the
shit.
one who
All
brought
right.
this
I'll tell
Jorginho
you who we need.
conversation.
Yeah, we need Billy Esther Goatmore, and we bring him back right now, and we put him into that pivot and get
No.
Loftus-Cheek
No.
out
no,
of
we
that
need
pivot,
Kovacic.
bruv.
We need
And you
Kovacic.
rest
is who we need.
Jorginho, and you play Billy Esther Goatmore, bruv. That's who you
No.
play,
Don't.
because
You
he would have
don't.
been
Shut up.
We're
perfect in this
You
nonsense.
game.
play. You play. What we need back is
sick of this.
Kovacic. We need Kovacic.
Yeah, Kovacic, of course, but he's not
No,
ready.
you know the problem
He's
are
not ready
two.
to come back yet.
The most
Neither
we
is
always
Billy.
Get Billy
need
Esther in there now.
all this
Billy ain't
tippy
ready.
tappy
Shut
nonsense.
up.
We always need a DM in our team. We always need it. right? And if Kovacic is in there or Conte is in there, Conte mainly, because Kovacic is so when it comes to DM duties. But if Conte is in there, we're fucked.
You know what, Daniel? How many times I saw Mason Mount moaning at Cho and Lukaku for not pressing? You know that? He was chasing and pressing, and where were them, man? Where were they? They weren't doing nothing.
Can I just say, this guy doesn't turn up when Mount drops a stinker. The second he scores a goal, he turns up and starts a whole bunch of chest.
I also think we missed Conte very badly in these games.
By far.
And
he's been our best player.
And where were you when he
was
was dropping stinkers when he was winning?
What dropping stinkers? What? Because he's been eased in, because he's had injuries and wisdom teeth. But Lukaku comes back and no one gives him the criticism.
I'm not giving Lukaku criticism. I'm just talking about you
talking nonsense, mate.
Nah, shut up.
Look at the excuse you just gave him now. Bro. Why can't you do the same for Lukaku?
Lukaku, how many more excuses are you going to give Lukaku? How many more games without a goal? How many more excuses are you going to give?
Games without scoring a goal.
What, do you want to go 10 games?
He's played one. Yo, Johnny, you sound ridiculous. He's played one game out of our. He started one game out of our last 8.
I'm just saying, keep the same energy for your star boy. That's all I'm saying.
One game.
I've always got energy for my star boy, yeah. And I've come out and said
it's not even just Mount though.
You want to be
critical on like players that he likes.
He's the glue of the team, and if you lot still can't see that, then I don't know what to tell you, mate.
First of all, he's not
do not know what to tell you.
He's not the
now we're just
Mount is not. Listen, Mount is not the problem in our team. Let's have it right. He's not the problem.
But the way
he's
you're
far
talking
from
right
being
now,
the problem.
Well, the way you're talking right now, you act like he's the key to our future. He's one of the keys. He's not.
He's our most creative player.
He's one of our.
You know, Johnny. My problem is this: you want to put the pressure, especially when you want to say, it's Havertz and Mount. It doesn't matter who the third attacker is. So are we saying those guys are going to score all our goals for us?
Well, Mount scored how many goals? He scored how many goals?
It doesn't matter what he's doing right now. Are we saying
Mount's our top goal scorer?
He's going to score 20 goals.
Joint top goal scorer.
You want to put that pressure on him?
He's our top goal scorer, isn't he?
Joint.
Yeah, he's on top right now. He's got 5.
What, in the league?
He's got 5 goals, isn't he?
Johnny, my question for you is this: so are we saying Mount going forward is going to be our top goal scorer, and we should look to him for?
Well, he's definitely gonna. I'll tell you this, Daniel. He's definitely gonna contribute more goals than any other player in our midfield. That's for sure.
That's not what I'm asking.
That's not the question.
That's the stupidest comparison I've ever seen, considering our midfielders play deeper than he does.
Hold on, but that's not what I'm asking.
There is no goals in our midfield.
I'm saying, are we saying right now we're okay with moving forward Mason Mount as our most productive player in the attack, scoring the most goals?
Johnny, we play with 2 DMs. How
look at the profiles of the players in midfield. You said, everyone, they're going to score. You've got Jorginho, who does nothing but take penalties in terms of an attacking sense, like shooting wise. You've got Kante, Kovacic, who we know isn't clinical, and then Ruben. Like, the fuck was that comparison?
I'm saying in our midfield we've got no goals.
And why are you comparing them out?
Yeah,
profile of the midfield.
Why are you comparing them out?
Yeah, why are you comparing the
front line?
Why are you comparing the midfield?
If you look at our front line, go through what the goals. Go through the goal tally of each player. Go through it.
Yes, it's shocking for every single one of them.
There's no point in doing this because we're not relying
100 million striker. How many goals?
So are we relying on Mount to score the goals for us this season?
No, bruv. You expect Kai Havertz to score. You expect Lukaku to score. I'm expecting when we signed Lukaku, I said I don't want anything less than 25 goals. What's he got now? 4?
You want him benched though? How is he going to score goals?
But how many goals has he got, Daniel?
How many goals has Havertz got?
Bench. How is he going to score?
Havertz has got 4 goals, has he? 5 goals
in the league. In the league,
2 goals in the league. Lukaku 3, Mount 5, Reece James 4, Jorginho 2, Conte 1, Kovacic 1,
Conte 2,
3.
How many goals in all comps for Lukaku?
4.
4 goals in all comps.
How many goals in all comps for Havertz?
No, it's not 4 goals.
How many games has he played?
Come on, stop it.
How many games has Lukaku played for Chelsea?
It's 7 goals, I think.
He hasn't played a game. He hasn't started a game since October. So
I know, but how many games from the start of the season to when he got injured and yesterday?
And how many minutes has he played? This is
yeah, man. It's a bit much. Like it's a bit much. I think
you guys not think it's too good.
It's not a bit much. I demand it, bruv. 28-year-old striker, 100 million. experience, proven in the Premiership,
Man,
I expect goals, bro.
It's so negative.
I
Last
can
year,
agree
you
with
wanted
that.
us to make.
No, I expect that from my
Let me finish.
striker.
Last
I
year,
don't
you
care
wanted
who
us to
you
make
are.
200. We are a possession team, right? But last year, you wanted us to take risks and make 201 through balls so Werner can get more chances and fucking score, right? Take a lot of risk and lose the ball by actually doing that. That's what people wanted.
Daniel, in
But change your
possession
style.
football,
Hold on,
what
let
do
me
you
finish.
need? What's
Change
the
your style because
fundamental?
Werner can
What's the
score.
fundamental
But
in
now we're
possession
talking about a
football?
striker who can actually score goals.
I know, Daniel, but
Oh,
what's
let's not
the
change our system
fundamental in
to him.
possession football? What's the
Come on,
fundamental
that
thing?
makes no sense.
No, I'll tell you what it is. Movement. That's the fundamental. When you look at Barcelona and you look at City,
But then isn't
and you
it
look at
tactical that he
Liverpool,
isn't being asked to do it?
it's movement.
There we go.
He can still.
Don't you think it's tactical though that he's not being asked to do it?
This is the
Because
thing.
he did.
It's definitely
He did to Milan.
Because
What? So
against
Tuchel's
Arsenal,
saying to him,
wait,
just stand there like a plank in the up
no,
top.
wait. The
It
first
sounds
game-
like it.
first game,
Nah,
bro,
I don't
it's
think so.
Arsenal.
I don't
No,
think so.
Well,
hold on,
why
man.
is he playing in a completely different way then?
Why is he playing a different way? Because Tuchel prefers to build a system around the players that have got the versatility, the creativity, all right? Like
not-
Mason
No, but that
Mount
doesn't
and
make
Kai
sense. That
Havertz.
doesn't make
You
Yeah?
didn't tell me
They've
that.
got,
They
they
didn't
have
want this
got,
guy, man.
they got the ability to link up, all right, and get into the pockets, all right, in possession-based football. Lukaku
Xavi,
is a
do you think
counter-attacking
Tuchel
player.
wanted Lukaku?
He's not a possession-based footballer. He's never been that.
What do
I don't know. These
counter-attacking
guys are
players
talking.
do
I'll
best?
answer you.
Wait, quick question. What do counter-attacking players
It's
do
just
best?
yes or no.
We all know he
Movement.
wanted Haaland, man. It's not a big deal.
Movement.
We all know he wanted
Counter-attacking
movement,
players
bruv?
are always
what
on the
movement
move.
has he offered?
No, hold on. You just called him a counter-attacking player. Counter-attacking
is.
players are. What counter-attacking player do you know that's stagnant? It just stands up there. That makes no damn sense. Counter-attacking
You know
players
what
are always
Lukaku does?
moving,
He stays
always
on the
moving.
line.
Didier Drogba.
You get the ball and you wait for that through ball and he runs
Jesus
onto it and he
Christ.
bulldozes his way in. All right? Counter-attacking. You got space in front of you. When you play possession, the chances are you're playing against low block
makes no
teams
sense.
because you've always got the ball in their half. And
So
Lukaku
question,
hasn't
so
got
question,
hasn't
what-
He
got
made
that
the same.
touch.
Wow.
No,
he
it's a
scored-
question.
he
Question. Hang
scored
on. I've got a
7
question. We're
goals
gonna go
for
back to
making the
this.
same
Wait.
run without shooting.
Scott, what are you saying?
I've got a question then. What striker would have worked in this system?
Yeah,
Oh, definitely,
I'm
definitely a
curious.
Danny Ings, bruv. I'll tell you
No,
that.
he wouldn't. Danny Ings
Yeah, he
in a
would.
possession system, despite the fact he's never played in a possession system. Yeah.
He can play. He can hold the ball. He can move.
No.
He's got movement
No.
intelligence, bruv.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this deflection bullshit. Answer
It's
my
not
question.
deflection, bruv.
Yeah, it is. Has Danny
it's
Ings
not.
played in a possession system like we
How does
play?
Southampton play?
Are we seriously doing this? Are we?
Well,
We're
how
comparing
does Southampton play counter-attacking? No,
Yes.
no, they don't.
Southampton
They
do
don't
not
play
have
possession
possession
most of
of
the
the
season.
ball.
They play a lot of possession football. Southampton.
Hey, yo,
if
how
you
many
watch
goals
them,
is he?
yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Danny Ings is in that side.
What's
yeah,
Danny Ings doing this season?
Danny Ings. I don't care what he's doing this season.
Cool.
He's around
but
shit
it's my
players
point.
now.
This is my point. We're criticizing a player for not being able to fit into the system. What strikers? And I'm going to put it out there. I'm not talking like an unknown quantity. What known quantity? Because this is the thing with our fan base. If we'd have signed someone from, I don't know, fucking Croatia or something that would have fit the system but was a nobody, we would have complained because it wasn't a big name. So what big name player? No. What big name player are we going to sign that is able to play in this system, in a possession system? And I want someone we can actually sign, not someone like because someone's mentioned Benzema can. We're not signing Benzema.
Yeah, but we know he wanted Haaland, and Haaland doesn't press.
Haaland doesn't do it. Haaland doesn't play in a possession system.
What, so you're going to tell me Haaland doesn't press? Yeah, is that what you're going to say?
He doesn't. Honestly, we
don't be
press.
silly, man.
Have you watched Haaland?
Of course, I've watched Haaland, bro. Did you see his goal
Haaland.
yesterday? Did you see his
that's goal scoring. That's not. That has nothing to do with pressure.
Did you see that finishing? How it landed, and he just
then,
fucking whipped it in, bro.
That's my point.
Okay, that's good. You're not answering the question. It's
You can't answer my question because there isn't
Haaland would fit into us like a glove.
No, he wouldn't, because he doesn't do any of what you're complaining.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. And
so many people know it, bruv. They know it.
You can
You wanted us to give him 2 years when he would have cost 250 million.
I wouldn't have given him 2 years. I would have said to you,
Lewis,
listen, if you heard what I said from the start, I said if we bought a Haaland, I would give him a little bit, a small amount of time. Yeah,
one sec, Johnny.
A small amount of time. But with Lukaku, I don't give him no time.
Johnny,
he's played in the Premiership for 7 years.
Johnny. One set. I declared saying you can be more critical of Lukaku than other players. 100 million plus the highest wage plus 28 years old. That I do understand. Like with all the cash.
Bring up.
I said that, bro. That's what I said.
comment. Haaland's pressing numbers is less than 1% higher than Raw.
But you think he's going to press, yeah?
Yeah, he will
This
press,
is my point. This is my underlying point.
Demand it off him.
This is my point.
Demand it off him.
There, for who we could get, there was no one in terms of big name that fit the way we played. The only person who would have maybe done it because he did it a bit under previous managers was Kane, but we were never getting Kane. And you look at the form he's in now. Like
Kane doesn't press more than Haaland,
no
bro.
one else. Yeah, but he doesn't press. I'm talking about hold up play and link up play and a possession system. There is no one in terms of a big name that we could have got that does everything that you want them to do in this system.
I can probably name out one, but that's a stretch and a stretch
that we can get. I want to point out as well because people say maybe we can get Lewandowski.
I really do.
Lewandowski ain't gonna do the pressing.
You know who also wasn't pressing?
He's got a wonderful touch, isn't he?
For several years.
Yeah, but again, my point, Johnny, if you listen to it, is there's not a perfect option to this. So we're trying to. I'm not
saying there's a perfect striker. Yeah, there's no perfect striker. But what I'm saying to you is, if you have someone like a Lewandowski, you know he's got that touch on him, that intelligence. Yeah. If you have a Harry Kane, he's proven he can drop in a little bit. He can link up play better. Yeah. Lukaku don't do that for me. He don't do it at all. Even Haaland does it better than Lukaku, bro.
Lukaku was proving that he can score goals. Yes or no?
Score goals what in the dead Serie A, bro?
He scored goals.
No. If we're doing this,
look at this hypocrite. Look at this hypocritical.
Exactly.
Look at Germany.
I'm so shabby. I'm glad you said it. So hang on. We've mentioned Haaland, and so fair enough. The Champions League thing I'll take with Haaland, but we mentioned Haaland and Lewandowski, both who scored goals in a more open league than the Serie A, where they play higher lines.
Bundesliga's better than Serie A. Let's have it right.
I'm not talking about better. I'm talking about the way how open the game is and how many chances you're going to get in a game. The Bundesliga is more open than the Serie A.
If you watch yesterday's game, Dortmund versus Bayern, you would have looked at Lewandowski's goal, looked at Haaland's goal, look how shocking the defending was.
I asked somebody, I was like, every team play a high line like this.
Make it make sense,
in that case, why do we buy
I'm like, almost everybody plays a high line in Germany.
Why do we
almost
buy
everybody.
Havertz then?
We bought Kai Havertz because he did well in Germany, but look at how well he did there and how he's doing here.
Right. So
it's
why
not
are
the
you not going to
same.
buy any other players who've done well in
It's
Germany?
not.
Like
It's not
Verdi,
that we're not.
Look at even Sancho though.
Question. For Chelsea.
It's strikers in Germany. Strikers in Germany has more space to run and do.
There we go. That's it.
Listen,
and it's not that we shouldn't buy players from that league. We just need to assess the players.
No.
You can half
We
their
just
goals.
need
Let's
to.
say they
I
score
said
100
it
goals,
before.
they'll get 15 in the Premiership.
Before we
That's the way I
bought
work it
Werner,
out.
before we were going after Werner.
I forgot we've been going after this for a minute. Yes, big up yourself, Paul.
Before we bought Timo Werner, I said it before he came.
That's a wild statement. I wouldn't say that.
I don't think he will have that much space in Premier League.
I'm not gonna lie.
So for me,
what you really think it's a that thing?
Racism. Come on, Kai, man, it's not.
Come on, it ain't a that thing. Come on.
What?
I'm just trying to work out what
were you saying?
Trying to work out where the logic comes.
No. I'm talking to Kai. What he's saying about John.
I'm just trying to work out where the logic comes in.
What's he saying?
What's he saying? I don't see Kai.
It doesn't matter. Let's move on.
He's saying it's a race thing.
Why are you bringing race into it, bruv?
I don't think it's a race thing.
Why would anyone bring race into it?
Kai,
what
Kai
kind of
did it.
Is that, bruv?
Yeah.
I was just saying to Kai, I don't think this is a race thing, and we ain't gonna take it there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's disgraceful.
Yeah. No, Jesters gets the same thing as well. That's what I'm just trying to say.
But like, all right,
they
probably going too far with defense, but the guys like Cho, Mendy, and all of them get torched way sooner than we have patience for these other guys. So it's not wrong for kind of sometimes for them to think that.
Yeah, I saw a tweet that said
what?
The way
What are you trying to say?
Hang on, John. Let me make this point. The way we turn on Lukaku quicker than we turn on Werner is kind of like changing my view of our fan base. Is like, what are we doing as a fan base? What are we doing to our players right now? And it's like Mendy had a poor game, Jorginho had a poor game, Lukaku was terrible. But it's like it's one game, and yes, I don't think we're going to win the league this season. But are we really going to just turn on them for one game and one game?
How am I? Listen, yeah, let's have it right. What did I say when I first come on about
Johnny?
Mendy?
It's probably not even. You're not raised. It's probably like you have. You like certain players more than others, and you probably don't even realize it. You know what I mean? It's called unconscious.
It's an unconscious thing.
It's an unconscious bias.
That's not even fair. Like, I know black people that can't stand Lukaku because of the way that he plays. Like, it's got nothing to do with his race. Like, can we just come off this topic?
It's not racist. Like, it's not racist, bro. Like, I'm not saying it's racist.
Black.
What,
bro? There's like Lukaku is a player that people. Lukaku is a player that is polarizing. Some people think he's a world class elite forward, and even before in the summer we were having these conversations, and I was saying, look, I'd much rather sign Haaland than Lukaku because I didn't believe in the whole Prem proven thing. Like, I felt like he has to come to Chelsea and prove it. But yeah, let's just stay away from that race convo because I don't think that's what this is. Like,
the bottom line is, if Lukaku comes into the side and he starts banging in goals, then he can mud me all day long, and I'm all for it because we're going to win things. I'm happy for that. But right now, he's a shadow of this player.
Right now, you don't want to support him until he's doing well. Is what you're saying, basically.
Yeah, that's what it is, and the thing is,
you're
it's like
saying you don't want to support him right now till he does well. But
Daniel, if you know me, bruv, I'm speaking for myself, yeah? I'm speaking for myself. If you know me, you know me well, yeah? On all these streams, and I've come on from day one, I've come on, and I've said, we signed Lukaku for that 100 million. I don't give this guy leeway, bruv.
That doesn't make you right, though.
I don't give him leeway.
Johnny, I've got a question.
That just makes you a disloyal fan.
I was going to say, I've got a question. Johnny, I've got a question.
You're preempting yourself. You're preempting it.
Johnny,
you saying
I've got a question.
Doesn't make it right, Johnny. It doesn't make it right.
This idea that you had earlier in the season and last season to back your players, where's that now?
I back all my players. And
you're not backing Lukaku.
Him yesterday. No,
you didn't. Hang on. You spent your entire time on this stream has been spent going at him the entire time.
Because you lot are trying to justify it.
And that's why you're wrong.
I'm not justifying
You can't justify yesterday. You
we know he was bad yesterday,
man. He was bad, but I'm trying to look at the reasons as to why and to look at more than just him, because it's not just him. And that's my point is, but this whole thing has just been you going at Lukaku, and all I'm trying to do is work out where this energy comes of you saying to me and others in the past, back your players. When we criticize others.
I back all my players.
Yeah, but you're not backing Lukaku. This is my point.
What, me saying to him I don't give him leeway, he's not backing him.
It's not that. Yes, like I said, your entire time on the stream has been spent. Your entire time on the stream has been spent going at him. Yeah. The entire time.
And he didn't even. He hasn't even started a game for months.
Yeah, but he's not.
It's like telling. It's like telling your child. It's like telling your child, "I love you, but you're ugly."
Listen,
that's exactly what that is.
At the end of the day, yeah.
Hey, sometimes you tell me, man.
Hey, I love you, but unless you do well in school, you're not eating dinner. You're not getting any food.
Whoever gets
I'm not even gonna look you in the eye.
Whoever gets Haaland,
so you get that A.
Like,
what kind of
parent they're going to buy? They're going to buy a deadly striker that's going to single-handedly win games for them. And we do not have that.
And
that is what we've been crying out
Get
for.
rid of Tarf out of here, man.
This is what it comes back to.
You're stuck on Haaland.
No, it's not. I'm stuck on it. I'm saying when he goes to City or he goes to Man United, everyone's going to see.
Like Grealish, right?
Yeah, but why are we talking
about Haaland? I want players like that at my club.
Why is he the only one? Why is he the only one that's brought up?
How is he doing?
Because he's 20, 22, 21 years old.
No, answer the question. He's an unbelievable talent.
Yeah, but he's not the only one. He's not the only one.
I don't know any others that are high in the Ballon d'Or list as a striker at 21 years old. I don't know any
playing in the Bundesliga.
It doesn't matter. He'll go to any league and he'll bag goals. He's that sort of player.
And look how I don't know, Timo Werner, who got 23 goals in his last Bundesliga.
Yeah, but Timo's not that. Timo's an inside forward. He's not that number 9.
Okay. So what about Kai Havertz, who was a
Kai Havertz is a false 9. He's not a pro.
No, he's not.
Number 9, is he?
No, he's not.
And Kai Havertz was a midfielder in Germany, so.
But the thing is, he doesn't play false 9 in our systems. I said this idea he plays false 9 needs to get out. Like, he doesn't play false 9 in our system. He plays as a number 9.
What does De Bruyne play for Man City? He plays false 9.
No, he doesn't. He plays as a centre mid.
Into this, he's 28. He also came.
No. I'm saying De Bruyne plays in that ghosting false 9 position. Yeah.
Look at how they play. They don't play similar. Kai plays further up the pitch than De Bruyne does.
Yeah, but Kai drops deep as well. When you watch him in the
Yeah,
game, he
from
drops
time
and
to
collects
time.
the
That's
ball.
what you do as a striker when you're able to hold the ball up. You drop deep.
Where
Kane
was
does it.
Lukaku yesterday doing it then? Where was
And
he?
now he's back on Lukaku. Nobody was talking
No,
about
but
him.
I'm saying
But
if
that
you're
was
saying
the
that's what
topic.
striker
I mean,
does,
come on,
where was
y'all need to
Lukaku
be.
doing it
Listen,
yesterday?
Kyle, wait. Guys, Kyle just said
Lukaku-
what he meant to say. He said his comment was he said Kane is intelligent, and he said someone intelligent like Kane as opposed to Lukaku. Whereas, I don't know. I think were you saying like Lukaku doesn't have the same level of intelligence as Kane or something like that?
So where have you got race from?
I don't know. I saw that one. The past
Lukaku's more
comment.
intelligent than Werner, but let's move on.
Oh yeah, defo. But yeah,
Okay.
everyone's begging us to move on, so we might as well. How good was the Danish Maldini yesterday?
Not that good.
Not that
very
good,
good,
Lewis, mate.
He was
weren't that good.
bored. Cancel up. Nah, but shut down the penitentiary for like a little bit.
I
You know what I
actually
mean?
think he was
I
fine.
personally,
I
thank you.
thought he was doing fine.
I think he's getting bullied by Antonio.
No, he.
Are you
that-
crazy? He had
wasn't.
Antonio in a spliff.
Yeah. But to be fair, that's the most physical striker probably in the world right now. So
I think he did
all right.
okay.
He had him in a
versus, I
split.
think he did okay. I think
the one thing
he did okay.
The one thing about Christensen that annoyed me in the last goal is he looks like as soon as the ball goes out, he doesn't react. He literally stands still and looks around as to like where everyone else is. He doesn't react at all to that throw-in.
Actually, yeah, that was on his side. To be fair,
He doesn't like.
Yes, but
James
that's
doesn't
not
do
on
well
him.
either.
That's on. Okay,
Also,
so
James
here's
doesn't-
here's
at the time when the
thought.
throwing comes in, I'm not talking across. When the throwing comes in, he doesn't react at all in terms of getting out. At all, he doesn't react.
He kicked the ball out.
There is no reaction.
He kicked the ball out. Where's
Yeah,
James?
but then he doesn't react after you don't.
I know.
It
Where's
doesn't
James?
just go out and I can relax now. It's time to reset.
No,
they
I'm
they
asking
keep
Scott.
throwing.
Where's James? That's
that's what I said. They're both as a whole.
James
they're
was
bad, but
under-
they're
under-
both
he
No.
weren't on it yesterday.
Christensen's
weren't on
looking
it.
for the cross.
Yes, Christensen did what
No.
he's
I'm
supposed to
not
do.
talking about the actual cross. I'm not talking about cross. I'm talking about what in the build-up, the throw-in that it leads to that
You
comes before. He
completely
doesn't
wrong over
react.
here.
Oh, you talking about the
does-
throwing before? Okay, I
Yeah,
can't see the replay.
He
for
doesn't
that.
react,
Fair
and
enough.
then Antonio has time to get the ball down, look, play it back to Masuaku, and then that's when the cross comes in because Reece James doesn't close him down enough. And I think it was Ruben got close and he didn't close him down enough either.
No.
That's
But
fair
the
enough.
initial throw-in, he doesn't react.
Also,
What
you
is he
got
supposed to do? Put your hands up and stop him from throwing?
Even Silva made some silly little mistakes. Like I think Silva's tired. He's played a lot of games. I think
Silva did in the beginning a couple of mistakes, then he fixed it.
His
Silva
elite
played
level
great. He
in
did
this
one
game.
mistake or two,
And
but saved
you know,
us.
that
Saved
says
our
it all,
ass.
doesn't it? If you're Reece James and your Alonso's are not big in the game and they're not up to the levels, then that affects the way we play in this system.
If
that is a big problem going forward.
If what's his name, the guy that scored West Ham's second goal,
Bowen.
scored the third goal, the one that he missed it in open net.
Yeah.
That was terrible. Defending.
Where's James?
James got done a few times, mate. He did get done. He got
done in the split.
I think in terms of duels, he was
he was
good.
Times.
But
What do you mean? Where's James? Wasn't that on the left side?
Yeah.
No. So when the cross came in, James was nowhere to be seen when Bowen tried to tap him. That's what he means.
Chelsea ladies are 1-0 up in the FA Cup final in 2 minutes.
Very nice.
Let's go.
Arsenal getting cooked.
They got a better front line than us.
Yeah, the thing that annoyed me about James yesterday was going forward, he was really poor. Going forward, that's not the James that we've been seeing.
No, he put some. Did you see that free kick he did? It was awful, man.
Yeah, I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I wasn't.
He was off it.
Bar the Bowen thing and the Masuaku goal. But defensively, I thought he was like okay, especially in duels. Like when Rice was breaking, for example, and he got back at him. I think Antonio had the same thing where he outmuscled him. Going forward, though, he was so bad yesterday. Like he offered nothing.
Who was our worst player yesterday?
Lukaku, bruv.
Jorginho.
I was going to say it was one of the two midfielders for me, or maybe Mendy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Mendy's 2 mistakes from Mendy for 2 goals,
and
for the penalty, and then the he should have saved that.
I'm sorry, but I can't. I hate to do this, but it's gonna have to be Mendy for me.
It's Jorginho, man. It's Jorginho.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. To be fair,
that was a good shout.
to be fair,
Ruben
though,
did all right second half. He did all right second half.
The thing that annoys me about Ruben, this is where I miss Kovacic, is under pressure. Like, I don't know what it is the last few games. When he gets under pressure, he just has no idea what to do.
Yeah.
He can't get out of that pressure. We saw it a little bit against Brentford, but it wasn't
He
too
always
bad.
falls into the same trap of trying to beat the player.
He's
Yeah,
trying to
and he can't do it like Kovacic can, which is the problem.
Yeah.
Do you know what's crazy though?
Kovacic does it by technique. Robin does it by physicality.
Yeah,
but you can beat physicality.
Off.
You can beat physicality versus physicality. You cannot beat technique to get out of the problem.
Kovacic would have got so many fouls in that game.
But
he would. And that's the thing where
give Ruben credit, because obviously Mount scored a fantastic goal. Ziyech gets credit for the assist, but Ruben wins the ball back and sets that move off by playing.
No, he did.
Yeah.
No, Ruben did all right.
He did not in that moment. I'm just talking about
second half he did better. In the second half we did better, yeah.
Facts.
But there is a reason behind it. There's a reason behind it. Because what's his name? Went to the left side. Ziyech went to the left side and start to play it better on the left side. It took the pressure. We are talking for the right side for the game, and when Ziyech switched to the left, he gave that a little more creativity on the left side.
He also put Pulisic on left wing back, didn't he?
No, he put Cho. He put Cho on a left wing.
He didn't. It wasn't designated left back. He played both at the same wing.
That cost
us. I was going to say, I'm not going to lie. We looked worse once the subs came on.
Yeah,
we looked so much worse.
That's my point. That was my point. When Kai had to go off, but when Lukaku came on, Pulisic came on, and Cho came on, it was bad. We just didn't play well at all, man. It was all over the place.
Chances, though. Cho created chances.
Yeah, he always does.
What chances did he create, man?
He created one.
No, he didn't.
He create chances for the right. He create chances for the defender right knee.
We have
Cho was worse than Alonso last game. He was worse than Alonso.
Yeah,
I think the bottom line is it's clear as day. Yeah.
Jorginho wasn't even
Mount was our best player again for the second game.
Yeah. All right, we got that, Johnny. We got that.
To be fair, I did actually want to talk on Mount because there's something about his game I noticed, and I like fair play to him because I said this on a space yesterday, and something about it I liked, where we're used to seeing him kind of drop deeper into kind of play as a free in the midfield at times. But I noticed he was doing that a bit less yesterday, especially in the first half when we were playing better going forward. But what I liked about it was because he was then further up the field, he was being able to affect the game more and he was doing more. And like whether it was on the ball or off the ball, going in an attacking sense, he was immense yesterday. I can't fault him. He was absolutely immense. That's the best game I've seen from Mason Mount since the Champions League final, I think. He was immense yesterday. I can't fault him to a T.
Nah, he was fantastic. Let's talk about what in the world Mendy was doing for that third goal.
That was a freak goal.
It's just one of them things, isn't it? He thinks the cross is coming in, it goes in. Like I think it is his fault.
Mendy was rattled from the first mistake.
Yeah,
like he was.
I think he became Alisson. When Alisson started to do all this feet work, blah blah blah, he became a little more confident. Remember when Alisson started when he was the best goalkeeper in the world a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
He started to play and hold the ball better. He got caught up a couple of times. I think Mendy got way too confident in the back. And since we're on Mendy, I know Winter Surfer, you watching. So you're right. I was wrong. I thought Mendy had less time than I thought it would. The Jorginho pass could be cleared by Mendy, even if it was a back pass.
I don't get any credit either.
No, when I watched first time, I thought it was not enough space. That's why he put the left foot to block it. Because if he was gonna try to clear it, I was afraid that the ball was so short that Mendy, if he was gonna clear it, he was afraid that he would hit him and go into the goal. That's what I was thinking. That Mendy's reason for blocking it.
No. I'm not gonna lie.
Can I get credit too, Alex? Can I get credit too?
No.
I was saying you should have cleared it.
You called Ziyech to be sold in January, so you.
Yo, Daniel, you hear him? Daniel, you hear him?
Yeah, that's crazy. I think it's 70% Ziyech.
You heard that, Alex?
No.
Daniel, repeat it to him again.
No, you repeat it.
Because this guy's hard-headed, bro.
The thing is with Mendy is this isn't.
I'm
This
not
isn't the first time we've seen this
I
in the
just
last few
admitted
games.
that I was wrong. What were you moaning about?
I just asked you to give
I
me
was
credit,
wrong.
and you couldn't give me credit, bro.
Not you. Why you have credit? I was
Because I told you
arguing with
yesterday,
the
Mendy should have cleared it on the stream, and I could pull
But
up
I
that
was
video.
arguing with Andy, not you.
But I said it too, and I was like, "Yo, can I get credit too?" I was right.
Yeah, but I this isn't the first time in the
But can't
last.
give me credit. Look at this hard-headed.
Yeah, this isn't the first time we've seen this from Mendy in the last few games. He did it against
that was the game
United.
before
he
Watford.
was building up for Mendy.
He didn't. He got away
in.
with it in those games. He got away with it in both of them. In this game, he didn't get away with it. This has been coming over the last 2 games with how he's been playing with the ball at his feet, and we've seen improvement. This is like Mendy back when we first signed him, where he was always a good shot stopper, but with ball at his feet, it was always nervy. And I thought we'd got past that and he was getting better, but we're now going back to how it was last.
No, I think someone said it. He was too overconfident, I think, and
that was me.
And yeah, so I think he's confident in playing out back, and he does it very well. He does it at a good enough level, and we've seen that. But he got found out, and it happens. Like for me, a goalkeeper, they make mistakes. Like you're gonna get that, all right. And Mendy, to be fair to him, this is the first time where he's got caught out. All right, it's twice in a game, but all the other games he's played, he's been absolutely unbelievable.
The game against Watford, he was doing the same thing.
I was saying that's the thing is we can criticize how he was in this game, but I think the people calling for him to be dropped for Kepa, just shut up.
Nah, who said that? Who said
that? I've seen a few people saying.
Yo, I've heard people saying that Tuchel is out
waffling, man.
because we lost to United.
Alex, those people are thick as shit. So.
What's happening
I
anyway?
swear, man, there's a people, and it was like I heard people saying after United game.
All right, so what do we presented?
Yeah, I'm not bad, man. You good?
What's happening, Jem?
Fucking shit. We got battered by them bubble blowing bastards again. But we're here.
Wankers, man.
Did you notice that? Go ahead, Lewis. Oh, I thought you were reading the super chat.
Oh yeah, big up Switz Daniels saying Tagliafico not playing much for Ajax. Would you guys entertain the idea of a January move? Because I personally think we need reinforcements. All we need is a competent left wing back who can run around for 90 minutes.
Stop taking people who are out of form.
On Tagliafico, we've talked about versatility. He can also play left centre back if Rudiger needs a rest.
He's also Get him to the bridge immediately. In bad form. We need to stop taking players who are in bad form like elsewhere and thinking they're going to come here and be in great form.
Just let people find the player and buy
he's been a staple.
Don't worry, greatness will rub off on Tagliafico and we'll be fine.
The guy's old.
He's going, mate. He is. He's gone.
Who would have thought it takes a Chelsea loss to bring Scott and Johnny together? Yes, man. This is what the streams are all about, man. Big up, Josh. You should have come on as well, but here's what it is. I'll chat
you know who applauded the fans at the end? Rudiger, Mount, and Loftus-Cheek. Those three came and applauded the fans, and Thiago Silva a little bit. I didn't see anyone else.
Bro, they ran down that tunnel, bro.
They all ran down the tunnel, bro. Went in hiding.
Look at
actually got bitch slapped by Antonio.
Daniel, look at that fraud. That's your favorite fraud. Saying Kepa should start next game.
Who said that? Who's saying
Look at the chat.
Let me see this. Nick Blue.
Listen, he's calm. He's calm moan at Mendy. All right, look, we can criticize him on that
what's
game,
wrong with
but
you,
this
man?
guy has multiple points, man.
Like I'm saying,
Mendy.
Yeah.
Mendy's cost us multiple points.
No, he's given us multiple points because he's been that important in games. You know, like he's done so. There's been games where we've been so poo.
Brentford, bro, the Aston Villa game.
He's had to step up. Villa game. What's the
Brentford
game? Villa game.
Brentford game.
Brentford game's a good example as well.
City should have been a 6-0. Honestly, we should have got destroyed in that game. It saved us an embarrassment in that game, actually.
Exactly. So I'm not even going to sit here. I mean, you can moan about the goal. He should have cleared it. I still blame Jorginho as well because it was a poor pass back to him for me. But yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Like shit happens. We was always going to lose the game eventually.
I think you got to learn from it.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I said, Jem, we needed something like this. We needed something like this to get. Also, it takes pressure off us with City and Liverpool above us now. Mm-hmm. Like we've had the pressure on us the whole way. Yeah. Now up to this point. Now the pressure turns now. Whoever's at the top of the table, and they have to keep it up. And they will drop points. Liverpool and City will drop points. It's up to us now.
The annoying thing is for me is I just
back on it.
I agree. I kind of agree. The annoying thing for me is I just don't like relying on other teams. And also, you look at the two teams above us with Liverpool and City. They're like, you look at the levels that they are playing at. Like Liverpool yesterday couldn't do anything for 93 minutes, and then Origi just scores, and it's annoying. And then you look at City as well. Just the way they're playing at the minute is just unbelievable.
Here's the thing.
And it's annoying relying on other teams for me. It's annoying relying on other teams.
The funny part is none of the teams can make those streaks that makes them
Liverpool
10, 15
City,
goals,
the away
games
games
unbeaten
coming back. They'll
in
drop
December
points,
and
man.
January.
They will drop.
Everybody will drop in December and January. But usually find those streaks when the pressure is not on, like when the games are not congested.
But,
you see what I'm saying?
Guys, if you said, would you be happy being 1 or 2 points behind top come December? You'd all bite everyone's hand off.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time,
you want to be there. You want to be within the mix. And
but at the same time, Johnny, if you would have said also that we had a chance to stay top at the start of December, you also would have said, "I'm taking that."
Yeah, but you know what? We've had a lot of games. We've had the toughest run of fixtures at the start against all our rivals. Maybe City, you could argue they had a slightly tough run, but we got through that. And we've dropped against Burnley, which was terrible. We dropped against Man United, which was terrible. And we've lost against West Ham.
Thing, Johnny.
Yeah.
That's a more
Johnny, I just looked at the fixtures. Every top team already passed every top team.
Opposition. Only now. But at the start of the season, we'd already played Arsenal, Spurs.
That doesn't make no sense because in 4 games we play Liverpool and City again. Exactly in 4 games.
We're going to have to beat them.
Yeah, we're going to have to be close to them as well. I mean, in terms of points.
That's my point. That's my point. It's how close we're going to be to number 1 in the table.
Do you know why I'm confident?
Spell.
Is that we have not hit one bit of form and we're where we are. Liverpool and City are on form. They are going to.
I agree with you.
To a point,
we haven't been on form for the whole season.
Where they will dip, whether it's a 4-game period, a 6-game period, they will dip.
Johnny,
no team throughout the whole season goes on a perfect run of form.
Ooh.
So
let me ask you something.
Chelsea are due. We are due, fucking very due right now to
Johnny,
be on form.
Let me ask
you
something.
Hit that yet.
We did not hit a form yet.
No,
is it? Let me finish my point. If we did not hit a like level of our team. My question is that because we don't have that level, and this is what we get game after game?
No. We got.
That's a good question.
I'll be honest. Just looking at the fixtures coming up before we play Liverpool and City, like there's only one game I potentially see Liverpool dropping points in.
Same thing. City, I looked that up too.
And City, I don't think will drop points based on the team.
City has a more, let's say, difficult than Liverpool.
I don't think they do.
We lost these games based on our just errors.
I would actually say Liverpool is slightly more dangerous for me, and the reason I say
that is true. We've been making a lot of errors.
I think their front line, Salah and the Manes, they are so killer instinct. They just. You saw the game yesterday.
But that's the
minute, and they kill the
More
game.
More importantly, what do we do with our midfield?
We haven't got that. We don't have it. That's what we're missing.
Honestly, Daniel, I don't know. I don't
know. We have too much injuries. I don't know if we can do whatever we can do. No matter what we do, we have too much injuries.
We've got three.
This is where Tuchel earns his money. He's gonna have to find a solution.
He will. He will find a solution.
I don't see us changing just because I don't think we can. Like, we don't have anyone else we can really put there unless you want to put Saul back in the midfield.
No chance. No chance.
Exactly.
You can go a three midfield and just have a little more risky with.
You can, but then I think we're going to have the same or similar personnel. It's just going to look a little bit different, and I just don't know if it's going to work.
We need Kovacic and Kante back. 100% we need those two back. And we need them at our disposal. I'm not saying to play every game, but you need them in your squad, fit and at your disposal. Right now, we've got no Kovacic, we've got no Kante, we've got no Chilwell. Those are fundamental key players, especially in the way we play.
We're having to play, on that point, Johnny, on that point, we're having to play.
We should expect this. Those two are our most injury-prone players. This happened same last year, and Gilmore had to play several games.
Yeah, and Gilmore should be brought back. I'd rather have Gilmore over Sol any day of the week.
It happened. Both of them were injured during the same period. It's like they're almost injury-prone players. We need to figure out how to play when they're not there.
And the thing is, Jorginho's getting no relief.
But that may involve
no relief
a
now.
system switch, you know. And if we do a system switch, the only system I think we can play with these players is a 4-2-3-1. That's my honest opinion. I think that would work.
We don't have the wingers to play a 4-3-3.
No, we don't. That's the
Lewis, we can't hear you.
Will Tuchel even?
Club World Cup is end of January, start of February, I think.
Yeah,
we got that as well on top. You know, there's a lot of games here. A lot of games.
Yeah, I forgot is that too. We might actually gonna go into the January transfer window with the things to do. Actually, I forgot about that tournament.
I think we're gonna have to buy one.
We'll go into January
for real. Especially the injuries kind of forced our hand as well.
Listen, Tuchel just said he doesn't know when Conte is coming back. Right. Hopefully.
What about Kovacic? When's Kovacic?
I think he said the same about Kovacic as well. I don't think he knows when Kovacic
it takes Kovacic a few games, and we don't want to rush him because he's going to get injured.
But when is he due back? Do we know?
Oh, well, actually, it's easy to estimate. It's easy to estimate. It's 4 to 6 weeks hamstrings, and that's what Kovacic has. So when did he get injured? It's usually 4 to 6 weeks.
October.
Well, he's due
back then.
He should be back due in, depending on when in October. Depending on when in October, he should be back within the next couple of weeks.
We need him back, man. We need him back.
So what do we do? Well, okay, what do we do?
We can't.
Then when he comes in, don't be surprised.
The problem is as well.
This is the bullshit thing.
You
look at City and Liverpool; they don't have these fucking injuries. All of a sudden, we're getting all these injuries, man.
Johnny,
in all these positions, bro.
We can't.
Why are you accusing? Why are you accusing City? Like, it's not the problem that we have injuries. Like,
I'm just saying.
No, he said we don't have these, but
I know, but the way you say it, it's like it's City's
Johnny,
problem.
We can't use this. We, like I've said before, we mocked Liverpool fans incessantly for using the centre back thing, but now we see what their point was. We have to accept that they were right.
Valid argument.
But that's what I'm saying. We have to either accept that they were right and understand that, or we can't use this.
Everyone knows that losing Van Dijk is, any team would struggle with that, and that's a valid excuse.
We just dragged them.
Also, how many injuries have we had? How many?
Since the beginning of the season, we've lost Werner, Lukaku, Kovacic, Kante.
14. We counted 14 injuries.
Just to put that into perspective,
as well.
I saw someone mention in the chat. I saw someone mention in the chat. Liverpool have had 10 injuries this season.
So who?
Yeah.
I can't find the comment. It was like Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago, Robertson.
Yeah, we did have a problem. I did have a
Harvey Elliott. Jones.
We've
not
missed
at the same time, though. Not at the same time.
No, but that's they still had a large.
They did have one time in midfield at the same time. They had to play somebody else there. They had the problem in center midfield.
No, I think we can find a solution to it, but we have to. But we can't play the same.
By the way, who's
there?
Let's forget about Liverpool. Let's think who's in our squad right now that actually fit.
Gilmore.
We're gonna actually have to call Barkley and have him play a couple games.
Gilmore in our squad. I said who's fit in our squad.
The issue is the players that are coming off and playing and like sort of covering the players that are meant to be starting for us are not. They do not play well enough in this system. The only way you get the best out of them is if you switch the system. That's what I think, and that's the issue.
And the level isn't there. Like I can't if we take say for example we take someone, like say we put Barkley in the midfield, I can't expect the same level of performance.
But you're not going to get that. That's the point.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
It's a system.
No, but that's my point. Is I don't know. There's no one we can bring in where I feel like the level's going to stay the same just with certain players.
Like I said, the only player for me is Billy Goatmore. You bring him back and you put him in that.
Johnny, stop with that. I'm talking about right now.
Who else you got?
I can't lie. I would take Billy back.
The solution can't always be signings. We're talking about right now. That over the next 6
we're talking about right now. I don't care about the signings.
Bring back Conor Gallagher too. Let's go.
Yeah, bring Conor and Billy Esther, bruv.
So we bring them back before the next game. They can play Zenit.
Let's see
Zenit.
if we
We
can.
should be beating Zenit with our squad we got.
I'm sure we can swap
What do we
loan
play?
deals with like
Oh my
Norwich and give
God.
them Saul.
Didn't we
barely
say that
beat
last
them
time
with
against?
the
Hang on,
stronger.
didn't we say
barely
that last
beat
time
Zenit
against
with a
Zenit and we only
stronger
just beat
squad.
them 1-0?
Yeah, but it was the start of the season. I think we're good enough
No,
to beat
Zenit's
Zenit.
going to be a hard game. Zenit's going to be a
We
hard
need,
will
I
be
say we need
hard,
to
but we
respect
should
them.
beat
We need
them.
to
We
respect
should
them.
beat them.
And also as
We
well,
should beat them, but they're going to be hard.
am
They're
I
gonna be
right in
solid.
thinking? Am I right in
And
thinking
they're
that we
gonna
need
have
to?
the 7-foot striker start this game. They're not gonna be playing the match in a system.
Also,
Yeah,
they're
we
gonna
don't
play
need
a
to
7-foot
be
striker.
Spitting.
With Zenit, am I right in thinking that we have to match Juventus's result to stay top?
No. We beat
Or
Juventus.
what's the
with
difference in what's the like?
It's
what's
goals
the
scored that
difference?
comes first, and we slapped them, didn't
So
we?
we've
No,
got
it's not
better
goal
goal
scored.
difference.
It's
and we
head
beat
to head,
head
isn't
to
it?
head on a better
It's
goal.
head to head
head-to-head, we
against
still slapped
Juventus, not
But
against.
we have to win. If Juve are going to beat Malmo, we need to win. We can't draw.
Yeah,
or none
yeah,
of it.
we
have to win.
Yeah, a 1-0.
We can win 1-0 and we're going on top.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because it's a head-to-head versus Juventus,
Cool.
not versus Malmo and
And
Zenit.
then we'll top our group and win the Champions League back to back.
Yeah.
And we'll go again.
Yeah, we're just, we're just in a weird position with some of our squad because I don't see that the midfield for me can't change until either Kovacic or Kante come back or we recall Gilmore. The issue with that is it depends if we included a clause where we could recall him as part of the loan.
I don't know what the clause is.
Yeah, that's the thing. If we didn't include it, we can't recall him for the whole season.
We might be able to
thing
recall him in
is,
January. We might.
It's not even that we got
even in January, if
Yo.
we've said he's there for the season, if we haven't included a clause that says we can recall him when we want, then we can't recall him even in January.
I don't know. I swear I saw one of the top tier journalists say that Chelsea are thinking about recalling him. So for them to write
if that's the case, then it might be a case of we have included that clause. It's just
I think they have. I think they have.
But the clause is usually only in January. You don't have a
Yeah,
clause that's like
it's
throughout the
January,
entire
I think.
season. It's
Yeah.
usually
Yeah.
in January.
Yeah, but at that
It,
point,
it
you
means
might
at a
have
minute.
to send
The
people
thing is,
back
at the
anyway.
minute, it means we have to play the same two midfielders. We can't. Who else is going to come in? Barkley? No thanks. Like I would have said someone like a Chalobah, but he's injured.
Why
I
not
don't think
Barkley?
Christensen's comfortable playing there. Mount
No.
is Mount's playing well in the front three, and also we've seen him in the pivot. It don't work. It just
Well, he
doesn't
done
work.
all right. He done all right against Norwich. Was it not? Who was it? Watford.
Yeah,
He didn't
Watford.
play. Watford was different because of how they were playing compared to how we were playing. It wasn't really a
that's
pivot.
super
It was
cat
more
is funny.
Yeah, but
him and Ziyech were playing as
he
eight.
played like four positions in that game. But I look in the big games.
Playing
like,
in the
you-
pivot
you-
for a
you-
couple of
you
minutes,
don't-
it's not the same.
No,
Have we
no, I know.
accepted that Ruben's not a 6 then? Is that the thing? Is that what we're
No,
saying?
I think he
never
can
been.
play
We
there.
actually agree.
I still maintain he can play there based on certain attributes he has. But the thing that he's struggling with now is mentally. He's
He
trying,
gets
like you
found
said, he's
out.
trying to do too much. He's trying to do too much, or he's trying to. He's
Yeah, but
not
you
trying
can
to do
do
the
that
basics
playing a bit
enough.
further forward. That's the difference.
Yeah,
So is he a
and that's
6?
the thing.
That's
That's
the
the thing
problem
because
I'm trying to get at.
we
I
saw
don't
against
think he is.
Brentford and against Aston Villa.
He's
He can play as
not
the
a
6
six,
and he's
he's
comfortable.
an 8.
But even
That,
going
for me,
forward,
is
he's
not.
not
For me,
decisive
is
though.
not
He's
that.
not
For me,
decisive going
is
forward.
for me the problem is it's the movement. If even Jorginho's movement in that position becomes problems. He start to walk around paces. He's not moving between the players to release the pressure from the defenders. He start to walk a little bit too much for me, for my taste. And Robin Loftus-Cheek.
Alex,
I'll be honest,
I think that's just on that point, Johnny, before you go on that point, I think him doing that is okay if he understands where everyone is around him. So you can do what you said, where you kind of walk around, you don't really do much. If you know where everyone is around you, because you know you can play a pass off and then make a movement. You can, but it's too often, like with the Rice thing, they are sixes, don't know where everyone else around them. Apart from Kovacic, they don't have spatial awareness of what's around them.
I'll tell
Yeah,
you what,
I agree with
watching-
you. But by moving moving a little bit faster, that means that the other team has to adjust quicker to that.
That's
that
fair.
makes that too not enough time. It's like, for example, every time somebody plays faster, that means that the other team has to adjust faster. The slower you move, that's more time for the other team to adjust to you. To you. So for me, when we go in transition into the forward, we're going so slow that the other team has plenty of time to adjust their lines. That's
yeah,
the
that
biggest problem.
happened a lot in that game. A lot.
Exactly.
And my thing is, I wanna say, like that's the first time like I've watched Rice actually in the flesh. Yeah, and I tell you what, he is a baller. He run that game, man. he run it. And I'll
don't know if he was that great.
If he got any opportunity to sign this player,
he was great.
I honestly wasn't that impressed.
He put J5 in a position.
Are you talking about Basmati?
Yeah,
Big up Go AM saying mandatory ball drives debate starts in 3, 2, 1. I will say he is a good player. I won't even try to say
he didn't look like
he's not an 80 million player.
Yeah, that's the problem. He didn't look like an 80 million pound player.
I've been saying that for ages,
I'd pay the money personally. 22 years old.
No, man. No.
It's not your money, man.
There was nothing about the game yesterday.
No,
there was nothing about the game yesterday.
By the way, here's the question for everybody. If in January Conte comes to Chelsea and saying, I will trade Harry Kane for Lukaku, would you do it? No money involved.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
and what's crazy is I probably would have done it in the summer.
You want to give
the way Harry Kane has started this season?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Actually, yeah, no.
Why would you want to help? Why would you want to help?
Yeah.
Fuck Tottenham.
Yeah, because I don't think
if he's struggling to figure Kane out, if he gets Lukaku, he knows how to make Lukaku score. That's it. That's easy for him.
That's the thing. I hear what you're saying.
But not with Højbjerg and
fuck helping Tottenham because they'll win trophies with that.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it would. I don't think it would help.
As a fucking institution, fuck Tottenham Hotspur all the way.
Hold on a second.
I don't think it would help.
Lewis, you saying no? You saying no?
No.
Yeah.
Scott, you saying no?
Yeah, no.
Boys,
Oscar.
I'm saying no. I would have said yes in the summer, but no,
no.
Daniel.
Hell no.
Whatever the guy with the
bleeding blue.
I thought about yes, and I said nah because it's Antonio Conte with Lukaku instead of
Xavi.
Yeah.
No.
DNA.
Yes.
Okay, so 6.
Hell yeah.
Why would you do it? Because of
Johnny. Why would you do it?
Even with
no. Let me finish the counting. Johnny will do it. What about the other guy? Would you do it?
Nah, I wouldn't.
You know what?
So it's a 7 versus 3.
Yeah, I need to know why. I need to know why you swapped Kane for Lukaku.
Yeah, are you seeing his
because
current form?
Your worry is Conte getting the best out of Lukaku. My thing is, you look at the players that Spurs have in their squad. Are they able to create enough for him? I don't think so.
What does Kane do in our squad? This current squad that we've got right now. What does Kane do?
I think Kane will score more than Lukaku.
I think Kane would. Yeah, I think Kane.
What does he do? Because right now, Kane isn't scoring anything for Tottenham. He's not getting no.
Yeah, I don't think
he doesn't even want to be there though, does he?
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't think it's the skills. I don't think it's the skills.
Quality around Kane.
I don't think he wants to be there. That's all.
I think it helps.
What quality did he have last year when he was scoring?
The golden boots he had for a couple of years. That's the quality.
No. What quality around him? What players around him? You keep talking about how shit his team is now. That's why he's not scoring goals. His team was shit last year too, and the year prior. And
I'm talking about Lukaku around them, but you're forgetting one big thing. Lukaku and Harry Kane are two different players. They play
Harry Kane. Harry Kane movement and final third. Harry Kane movement and final third.
Exactly.
Movement.
That's the reason.
Link up.
Any of it.
He's link up,
shot range, shooting range, clinical shooting.
He's unbelievable.
Where has that been this season? Then?
This season has been shocking.
It's been in Manchester City. That's where it has been.
That's what I'm saying. You want. That's the player. A weak mentality player.
Let's be real.
Get out of here.
You don't want to be there.
He can stay where he is.
Well, guess what, Johnny? He's there, so he needs to stop crying about it and start scoring goals.
If you put him in City, he's banging in goals for fun, isn't he?
Well, bro, if you put Callum Wilson in, it don't make a difference.
Of course he is. Kane's bagging for fun, man. If he's playing for City or Chelsea,
but bro, he's
bagging for fun, and he's not bagging for Chelsea.
He'll score.
I think Kane would suit the system better, if I'm honest opinion.
How?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
How? He's not fluid. He doesn't have elite movement. Like that's not Kane.
Wow.
He hasn't got movement.
Human son.
He doesn't have elite movement. Kane is one of the best finishers. He's great at shooting, and so is Lukaku's good at shooting too. But
Lukaku has only left foot. He doesn't score with his right foot.
Yes, he does. He's playing week in, week out, not getting in the right position.
Harry Kane's game is not to sit up front and just hold the ball. Is
exactly.
No, come on. So then so he's got to have movement. If he's not doing
all-round game to him.
Common
But
sense,
he doesn't.
isn't
But
it?
what I'm saying to you, the reason he's not playing well right now is because he's not getting the chances because of that sort of movement thing. He's not scored for ages, guys. He's doing the same as Lukaku. Lukaku scored more league goals
Also,
than him.
can I just
You lot
as
are
well?
ripping Lukaku
This
apart.
isn't just a Tottenham thing. This isn't just a Tottenham thing. Look at the Euros as well. He had quality around him at the Euros and was shit.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Look.
Listen, there's no denying that Harry Kane is a world-class striker. No one can say he's not.
Yeah, he is world class striker.
He's a world-class striker.
No, even I'm saying that. I don't even like the guy.
I hate the fact that he's a Spurs
Lukaku
player,
is definitely
but
not for
I
me.
cannot deny that he's an unbelievable striker. The record
So
set.
you
I mean,
only call
he's the one that's closest
strikers
to
world
breaking
class once the
Shearer's
career is
record.
over.
For crying out loud.
No,
You know what?
he is a world class striker, but I think we're seeing with Lukaku that it's not just about having a world class striker; it's about whether they're going to do anything with the system. And the thing with me with this whole scenario is, I think it helps Tottenham more than it helps us. You're giving Antonio Conte a striker that, they haven't got the same players at Inter, but he understands how to play with him. He fits their way he wants to play in terms of counter-attacking, like defensive and breaking, and they've got the players around him in an attacking sense in terms of like Son and Lucas that could link up well with
Scott, hold on.
That's fair, but then they still suited going forward, which at the minute going forward, they can't do anything.
Do you know what I would do? I would get Hazard on loan till the end of the season.
I would.
Can we stop getting players that are out of form?
For 5 months, I'd have Hazard in our side.
Like,
bro.
why? We're not a charity. This is Chelsea. Why do we keep getting players that are out of form? How about we get players who are playing well? When you play well, then you can come to Chelsea.
The loan is almost worse.
The players that play well don't go on loan.
Also, why get him for
let's not get players on loan
for what, 6 months to then leave in the summer, and we're gonna have the same issue of we need to find someone else. If you want someone,
at least in the summer you can buy someone.
You can buy someone in January if you. In January you can buy someone. But in January you can. But my point is, Johnny, you could buy someone in January if you identify quickly who you want. And if you work quickly and identify quickly, we could sign someone in January. That's my point. Is I don't want to sign Hazard for 6 months to then just have the same. If that's what we want, if we want another attacker, go and sign someone. Then go and.
But you need them. I'm talking about. For a player that's played for us, he knows us inside out.
Scott,
slot
you
right
cannot
in.
go buy in January.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. If you, as I said,
it's long.
If you do it smart, Arsenal have done it before to a fairly decent success.
But look where Arsenal.
United did it to a fairly decent success. You can do, and they're too shit. Their clubs are run shit. You can do it if you are smart with it. If you identify quickly and identify someone that's going to fit the system, it's going to be
we need a left wing back. If we search from now,
find those unknown players that he likes, those young players, and buy them. Listen to the manager or what he wants. The board needs to do it, for fuck's sake. If you're not going to back this guy, then I don't know what the point is. Because this guy is by far.
That's a fair point. I just think it's the way our club is run, Johnny.
Yeah, and the problem we have in transfer windows,
you gotta just accept how the club is run. He's not going to get back
far too often. Far too often in transfer windows, we fuck about with transfers. We fuck about. We don't just go and get something done.
Well, this window proves it, doesn't it? The summer window.
Yeah, it does. We fucked about so much. We'd got Lukaku had no preseason. At the time, it was. He's had got game time. We fucked around with the Hakimi thing, whether we needed him or wanted him or what. Tuchel wanted him, and we fucked around with that. Regardless of whether he wanted to come or not, we fucked around with it.
There you go.
We need to, if we're going to do it,
I'm not going to lie,
we need to stop fucking around with it and just sign someone.
Josh says no recognised number 9 would play well in our system. This one's an outside bet, and I don't know how long it would take before we see this, but Armando Broja's really doing bits at Southampton. I'm looking forward to see if we can integrate him into the squad next season.
He might be a good shout. Bring him back. He might be a good shout.
Bring him back. Can I just say real quick? I kind of agree with that. You see, the fluidity with our system. You need a striker or center forward who's going to be passing, moving, everything like that. I don't think Lukaku fully fits our system right now.
We finally transferred somebody on our side.
Someone's starting to see the light. The
hold on. I said right now.
Lukaku doesn't fit our system.
We just say we need to fit him.
Yeah, we all know that.
No.
We all know that.
We do not buy a player to build that whole. We build the team around our young players, our Mason Mounts, our Kai
Why'd you do
Havertz.
it around
We build the
Jorginho,
team
then?
around.
We don't build it around
Jorginho.
any player.
That's who
We
you
don't
build.
build
That's
around
who you
any
build the
player.
team
No,
around.
the
The
player needs to
core.
fit the system.
No,
It's
wait.
different.
Wait.
That's what it
Let
has
me
to
get this right. So we're building our
Wait,
system around players who are not in their prime.
wait.
Does that make
Wait.
sense?
One sec, because you're saying we build it around the youth players. I swear Matt Law's recent article said that we were doing this for the benefit of Thiago Silva and Jorginho.
Facts.
Yeah, that's fine, no problem. But
So
at
it's
the end
not
of the
about the
day,
youth
at the
players
end of the
then.
day, you cannot disrupt a winning formula which has
It
won us
wasn't a winning
Champions League.
formula.
That's allowed us to be top of the league.
Are
with
you
this time,
comparing?
yeah?
Are you comparing?
It worked in
No,
Champions League. This league is a different thing.
Wait, because like the one you were saying, like this was mainly for the youth players, but if we have changed the formation not for the youth players but for the senior players in our squad, so why can't we
Yeah,
do
but
the
to get the
same
best
thing
out of them.
for a 100
That's
million pound striker?
No, we
Yeah,
have
but
to.
that's got the best out of our defense and the way we
But now we
make
have
the
no
game
attack.
better.
Conceding goals.
Here's I can
those
answer.
are two important
Here's why
factors.
I can answer
If you
that.
looked under Lampard, we were struggling in defence. We were
Matt
leaking
Law
goals
said
for fun.
that.
But
Look,
now we're
Matt Law
conceding
said
goals
this.
still.
Wait. And Alex, what are you saying?
Matt Law said this comment for one particular reason, because when when Lampard was here, we conceded way too many goals with those players. That's why we changed. That's why we changed the formation to suit
That's what I've just
to
said.
make a defense defense stop conceding.
Well,
That's
yeah,
all it
obviously,
is.
yeah. That's common sense. Isn't it,
So
really?
it's common sense. Tuchel's going to build the team around the Thiago.
No.
Or
He's
make
not
it-
gonna
make
build
it
the team
better.
around
Doesn't
those
build
two
it around
Because
for
they're
one
world
reason.
class.
For
Let
one
me-
reason, no, because people forget, if we buy in the players now for specific system that we're playing now, Rudiger leaves, Jorginho leaves in the summer. We already two players that actually important in a specific season now.
Not
Then,
only that,
Alex, they're not doing it simply because they want to buy players, all right, that are not specific for the system. Because if the manager goes, which is, let's have it right, more than likely they're going to sack Tuchel at some point, one way or the other. Yeah, they'll sack him. The next manager that comes in, he might not want to play with a back three. He wants to play with a back four.
That's my point, but I don't.
But then
I
if
think
that's the case, if we're
That's
signing
down
players that
down
are
to the board, isn't it? That's down
if
to the
we're
board.
signing players that are not specific for a certain system, that are kind of a jack of all trade, master of none, then we've got to accept we're going to see deficiencies in people's games.
Yeah, you
We're
will.
not going to build a
You
team
will.
that goes and
Also,
dominates.
go.
We
Chris
already-
dog walked Antonio. It weren't the other way around. Sorry, man.
Listen,
guy
you
got
build
locked
you
up
build
nicely.
you
It's
build
already
around
it's
Tuchel.
already
Tuchel
started.
is the
It's
guy.
already started
let's-
with the
let's be
same
honest,
players
yeah.
have the same issues with same.
I'm onto your ass,
Okay,
bro.
what you
I'm
saying, bro?
onto you.
Yo, let's be honest, yeah. We have to build our team around Lukaku, and the reason is we've made our bed. Like, no, Johnny. Like, I was with you in the summer, Johnny. You remember, you and I didn't really want Lukaku. We wanted Haaland, yeah.
No,
but
I know.
We've made our bed. The club has spent 100 million on a player who we've got no resale value on. We're never getting our money back.
Back your player,
He has
Johnny.
to work. We've got Havertz, Pulisic.
But how, Oscar?
all
Tell
these
me
guys-
how, bro.
All these. But bro, all of our other players, Havertz, Pulisic, Cho, whatever. If any of them don't work,
It
we can
doesn't
sell
have
them.
to be
We
this
can sell
year,
them
Johnny.
for a higher
It doesn't
Also, as
have
well,
to be this
We're never
year.
selling
Also, as well,
Lukaku for a higher amount of
Johnny,
money.
on you saying how, that's Tuchel's job. That's what the best
That's what he
managers in the
pays
do.
I know, and right now, I haven't seen enough from
Benjamin, shut up.
Lukaku.
Johnny, back your
as
players,
well.
man.
No.
I haven't
but
seen enough from him.
I get that, but then it's
He's
not
got-
just
he's
down
got
to
to help
Lukaku.
the
It's not
manager
just
as
down to
well.
Lukaku. Like, for example, look at Pep with Jesus. Jesus was not doing it at number 9. He just wasn't. So Pep looked and identified, how can I still get him in a team because I like what he does, but where he affects the team, but it's not because it's not working at number 9.
Only took him
He plays
3
on the
years,
wing.
Scott. Only took him 3 years to figure it out.
True, but
He's
that's
back.
right. That's
Did not
You know
wanna-
what, Scott? Yeah, but Pep was trying to
Even
sell.
Pep did not
Pep
want
was
to
trying
play
to
with
sell
a central
Bernardo
striker.
Silva.
He didn't want to play
He's
with
been
a
trying
with
to
a
sell
girl
him
for
for the
years.
the whole summer, even last year, and now
Yeah.
he's on fire. You know, it's like at the end of the day,
And
yeah,
his form dipped now. His
Lukaku
form already
has to-
dipped.
It's a 50-50.
He's not
Lukaku
anymore
has to
that
contribute
great,
as well.
really good
Yeah, no,
wrestler.
but again,
work.
also,
But
if
you
you
have
want
to
another
play him
example,
in the
look at
best
Salah.
system for him to be great. Like,
No,
you
I'm
was
not
gonna
but
say,
he needs
changing
to
the
adapt
system,
as well,
Daniel.
though.
I'm not
That's the
doing
thing.
it.
He needs to adapt his game
not
to a
changing the
degree.
system,
I was
bro.
gonna
No,
say,
no.
it's-
Then why did you spend the money on him? He's not
I
adapting
don't
his game
give a
for
fuck.
20
No,
years.
because
I'm
every
not
player that's
changing
playing
my
in this
winning
system is
system.
adapting to this game.
Yeah,
Especially
the
on
thing
the
is,
forward
it's-
line. Look
No,
at
the
City.
young
can't
players
adapt.
are
Look
adapting.
at
I
man,
told
they're all
you lot
adapting.
from day
Can I
one.
Can I hold on? Can I say something?
Fit into our system,
the young players
not.
are adapting to
adapting
their game. The experienced players are not.
What is playing to their strengths? That's why.
Here's the problem.
What?
There's a lot more players needs to be adapting to Lukaku than one player to adapt to the system, the other team. That's it. There's a lot more players needs to adapt to Lukaku.
It's give and take on both sides.
Then Lukaku has to adapt to our system.
It's give and take on both sides. He has to adapt slightly as well because it can't just be everything around him. But it's both. It's the club and the system has to work with him, but he has to adapt his game slightly as well to work.
That's why Tuchel likes young
players.
Both.
But the thing is, as well, you want another example. Samuel Eto'o under Jose Mourinho was never a left winger. Was never a left winger in his life, but played there and played in that system because Mourinho found a way to work him into that system to an effective level. And he was the only player that managed to do that with Eto'o. Wouldn't do it for Pep. Wouldn't do it for anyone else. But but Jose managed to get him to do that. It's the same sort of thing where Tuchel needs to find a way to integrate Lukaku to get effectiveness from other players and Lukaku.
All right, let's go around the panel. Would you swap Lukaku for Haaland? Let's go Lewis first. Lewis?
Get Brienne Clark out of here, man.
In January.
Lukaku every day of the week.
When? Johnny, when?
So right now. Scott?
Okay.
No.
Scott, you wouldn't, all right?
No.
Alex?
Yes.
All right.
We're going to run a poll on the channel as well, so
Oscar?
stay tuned.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Daniel?
No.
Bleeding Blue?
I'm gonna go with no.
All right, Shabby?
No.
I'm saying yeah. Jem?
You know my views on it, mate. He was my first choice from day dot. I'm saying Haaland all day, mate.
All right, Cho is the glue.
He's not even here, man.
Right, poll is up.
Not in there. Go on.
So let us know.
Let's see.
Lukaku or Brienne of Tarth?
But Johnny, I got a question. Like, don't you want to see Chelsea win and play well? I mean, do on and go win the league, right?
Well, that's a ridiculous question to ask me, isn't it?
I know, but like we have Lukaku, we gotta make him work.
See you later.
Why can't we just back him and put like that positive energy towards like?
No. I just wanted to gauge.
Positive energy. It's like Lukaku's listening to us.
Where people
are we back in July?
Are
we back in July or something? We're doing Haaland v Lukaku comments again.
Guys, here's my whole thing, right? Whatever you want to do, if you said Lukaku is not the solution, then you have to buy a false nine forward, right forward who scores a lot of goals, right?
Yeah.
You have to
the only one that comes to mind, the only one right now that comes to mind that someone mentioned, but then we have to include the kind of asterisk of it's in the Bundesliga, is Nkunku. Is the only one that comes to mind right now.
No.
But hey, Lewis, we're taking
Game of Thrones.
Talking about
you watch Game of Thrones, innit?
I don't watch it. I just Googled it now.
Of that
I think you're gonna struggle just because of like
it's Mbappe, and we're not getting Mbappe.
He's not a false nine, and he wouldn't work in our system.
Not false nine, because people won't have us to play false nine. We're talking about one of the forwards needs to score 30, 40 goals. One of them.
Yeah.
Right? Salah does it, in all these teams. Mbappe does it. Every team that doesn't play with a traditional center forward, one of the two wide players scores that many goals.
Yes,
or two of them get 20.
Or two of them get 20, right?
So the center forward does it.
So if we're saying Havertz is not going to get those many goals, cool. Whoever you're bringing in needs to get you that many goals, right? Has to get 40 goals or 20 goals. I don't think whoever is next to him is going to get 20.
Yeah.
So if that's the case,
well, if you build a team around a Mount and you build a team around
Mount and Havertz are never going to hit. Mount and Havertz are never going to score 20 plus goals in a season.
No, I don't know about that. I think you should hold off Mount not scoring 20.
He's not.
I don't think they will.
No, you see, you're putting the whole season when you do this.
Yeah, Jordan.
And I love Mount. Like, do not do that. Do not put Lampard type pressure.
Why not? Lamp's done it.
He went. I was going to say
when he was 27.
You're talking about the same guy that went 27 games without scoring or whatever.
I was just about to say that. He's not scoring.
Mount's going to bag his 15 goals this season. Mark my words.
You said 20 goals.
Are you talking league? He's not scoring 15 league goals.
He's going to bang, I reckon. Between 12 and 15 goals.
And this is why
I'm not holding beat to that. I'm not saying that.
He'll
put a ridiculous pressure on him that I'm not putting.
He won't score like as free flowing.
Yeah,
I'm not
Daniel,
putting
man.
that pressure on him.
Daniel, I'm gonna hold you to that. What was that 20 goals, Daniel? 20 league goals?
You're not holding me to nothing.
Daniel didn't say that.
Yo, Daniel said that.
Daniel.
That's ridiculous.
Hang on. I just want to.
Lampard didn't score 20 goals till he was over 26, 27.
Mount's already ahead of the game, bro. He's ahead.
No, he's not.
He's already beaten.
Stop it.
He's already
He's on
beaten
track.
Lampard's stats in his first 100 appearances, bro.
Yeah, do you understand
Dan, I
that
think this
Lampard
is
played
why I'm
most of
so
those at
critical
West
on
Ham?
Mount, though. Not even
When
stuff like this,
he
bro.
when he was at Chelsea, same age.
Yeah, but even at Chelsea, he was playing for a team that was like.
Yo, but anyway, let me go back to my
not
original
Champions
point.
League
To get
level team.
Lukaku going, I think you need more players in the attack. So you need a traditional you need a traditional DM. So it's either you spend money on a traditional DM or you spend money on a goal scorer who can score you 40 goals off the left or right. Which one is easier to actually get?
Well, we got money for both.
The DM.
No, the fuck we don't.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
No, we
We got
don't.
enough money, bruv.
That's why your
crazy.
season tickets are going up 300%, right?
Well, they're doing that because they need a bigger capacity. That's not on our actual. We've made a shitload of money last season.
Did you say
We
capacity?
need more
That's not
money,
capacity.
Johnny. That's why you
Look at the
raise the
justification.
seat prices.
Okay, you're gonna end up paying for it, but all right.
I don't care. I'm going
Yeah,
to games. I don't care. I'll pay it. I'll go. Do you know
When
what
the
I mean?
season tickets rise up, don't cry again.
I don't care, bruv. Like, at the end of the
can I
day,
just,
it's not going to
But
stop
there's
people
people
going to the
who
bridge.
want to go to Chelsea matches that doesn't have it financially. If you raise it on them, it's gonna come back on them.
Can I ask a
Oh,
question?
you know what? Christensen's contract needs extending, so it is what it is.
I'm cool if he leaves.
Lewis
can I
is
ask a
paying for
question?
that alone, isn't it, Lewis? You're just paying for
No, but
AC
that's the
I'm
question.
joking. I'm
What's
joking.
easier? Listen, what's
I'm being
easier to
serious.
buy? To buy that player to get you those 40 goals off the left or right, or to get a DM so we can have more attackers moving forward, so we can change our system. Because
Daniel,
we know how we're playing through at the back. Tuchel has told you through Matt Law. He's basically told you why.
Matt Law, I don't like that guy, man. I don't like him, bruv.
You can like him or not, but he's a
I
mouthpiece for the club.
don't follow him. I don't listen to him.
When
I
it
couldn't
comes
give a
to stuff
toss,
on the
bruv.
club, most of the time he is fairly
He's a
reliable.
mouthpiece, fam. That's basically what Tuchel is saying, but he can't come out and say it. He's saying it through him.
Listen, TT, yeah.
So
the
I think it's
gaffer,
easier to buy the DM than
the
buy
board need to
another
back him, bruv. They just need
forward,
to
and you
back
still
him.
have Lukaku there. That makes no sense. Lukaku will still be here, and you spend money on another forward you have to get going, and you still have 100 million striker on the.
Can I ask
bench?
you this then? What happens
Makes
at
no
the end of
sense.
the season? We don't win the league, yeah. We get knocked out of Champions League. We may just about win FA Cup, and Lukaku gets 12 goals. What happens then?
Tuchel probably gets fired.
Then everybody was wrong.
No, why did you fire Tuchel? I wouldn't fire Tuchel.
Do you
I
know
would
how the
neither,
Chelsea
but-
board works?
I wouldn't. He's not saying
No,
he
but who else-
personally
who
would,
else
but
would
it's
you
just
get?
Chelsea.
Wait,
bro.
wait,
Put some
manager get?
context in that. Where in the
Alright.
Champions League? Where in the league are we? Did we win the Club World Cup? Did we win the FA Cup? And did we win
Let's
the
say,
League Cup?
let's say, yeah, he's won the Super Cup, he's won the Club World Cup. Let's say he wins an FA Cup, yeah, and we get fourth in the league, so we get Champions League qualification.
I would say so. We're dropping down a place.
Yeah, let's say we get. Let's work on these scenarios.
Yeah, then yeah. If he finishes fourth, then I'm disappointed.
Well, I don't understand why we're making this random specialist
Club
scenario.
World Cup,
Like, what?
you've won the Super Cup and FA Cup, and you got
That's
Champions
three
League
trophies
next
in a
year.
season of fourth.
All
Yeah,
right,
that's a poor season.
but your
That's
striker
poor, fam.
you've invested money in, has got you 12 goals. What are we
But,
saying?
but Johnny, if we won the league and Lukaku scored 12 goals, I'd be annoyed because I'm like his performance needs to be
Yeah,
better.
of course, but if you're not going to win the league with your striker scoring 12 goals, is my point. You ain't going to win the league.
First of all, City did it last season, and yes, we could.
I mean,
Oh my God! Look at what you guys are saying. Like when I come in here and we all say, "Oh, yo, Havertz hasn't scored in 7 games." No, that's not his job. But we're talking about City, where each of them score over 10 goals every season.
Yeah, but we got
How
goals in our
compare
squad
ourselves
as
when
well.
we have players
We
who
got
can't
goals
do
in
that?
Reece James. We got goals in
Where are the
Thiago Silva.
But then why are we complaining? Hang on, but why are we complaining then?
Because we've spent 100 million on strikers not scoring.
And we spent
He
75
didn't want Lukaku
Yeah,
when
but-
he's not scoring. So the moment
But then
he slips up,
look at City have got £100 million player on a bench because he's not performing. You don't see them complaining.
Yeah, but Grealish
And that's
is
a
not
player
that
that
guy
you
that's going to
wanted,
provide. He's
Grealish.
more of he's an assister. Or
No,
he's in
but
the game.
it doesn't
He
matter.
affects the game.
They're still
He's
doing
not a
well,
goal
and they're still
scorer.
everything that Grealish is meant to be providing. They're getting anyway.
I'm not
Look,
going to
And
lie.
everything Lukaku's meant to be providing. We're getting anyway, just from other outlets.
Well, we didn't get it yesterday, did we?
We scored 2 goals.
We did.
We scored 2 goals. Our attack wasn't the problem. Our 2 best players on the pitch, or 2 of our 3 best players on the pitch, are attackers.
When did we score the goals?
What does that
First
matter?
half, wasn't it?
What does that matter?
2 goals we scored.
We
yeah?
still scored 2.
Yeah, and when did
What does it
Lukaku
matter?
If our defense was better and
came
making
off, that was a
mistakes, we win that
Lukaku
2-0.
came
No
on
one's
the second
complaining.
half, didn't he?
If our defense doesn't act like
so he didn't
idiots,
create
we win
anything
that
in the second
2-0.
half because we didn't score any more goals. We didn't score it. We didn't score in the second half.
We scored 2, and if our defense just behaves like they're meant
he was
to,
not. But
we
what
win
my
that
point is,
2-0.
Scott, is Lukaku wasn't on the pitch when we scored the goals.
Yeah, but
that was in
my
the
point
first
is
half.
we're complaining about a guy not scoring goals, not doing this, not doing that. When
came on
we're
and
getting
did
goals from other outlets.
Johnny, do you listen to Tuchel's interview? Do you realize that Tuchel even
I was too
Tuchel?
busy.
All right,
leaving the ground
whatever. You
pissed off,
didn't.
bro.
It's a no. Tuchel even said himself, Lukaku's not even fit to play 45 minutes. Like he did not want to bring him on. He was forced.
And that's
to bring
why I
him
said
on.
he's not ready yet. He's not fit right now.
All right. Well, let's keep going with.
I want to see him. I want to see him against
3-4 games. Yeah.
I want to see him
Keep
against
going.
that Leeds defense when they're not going to play a low block. Defensively, they're a shambles. They are shit.
So what are you saying? Lukaku can't play against low blocks?
I think he can. If you play to his strengths, he can. If you're trying to hoof balls up to him and get him to win balls in the air, like what's the point?
But he is that big guy. He should be able to do that.
That's not the way.
Tammy was big. Hang on, Tammy was big. He's still shit in the air. Just because you're
Tammy
big,
in the air compared to Lukaku, there's no question Lukaku's clear of him. No question.
but your point was,
Lukaku's
he's big, so of course he's got to be good in the
He's
air.
clear
Just
at
because you're good in
scoring
the
goals
air
with
doesn't
his
mean that
head.
you're.
No.
No, but you need to have
doesn't
that
mean
in
you're
your
good the air.
game. Crying out loud, Drogba had it, Costa had it. Why has Lukaku not got it?
Tammy's taller than all 3 of them.
Why
and he's
are we
still
making
shit.
excuses?
Why
That's
doesn't Werner
ridiculous.
have it?
Werner's not a 6-foot striker, centre
So?
forward. Why
Why
is he
don't we
going
just give
to
Lukaku more of a
against 2
chance?
centre backs?
So
I can't
who
lie,
cares if
Haaland
he's not a
doesn't have
6-foot striker?
Don't be silly, Daniel, man. That's
Aguero wasn't.
context there, bro.
Aguero
So wait,
wasn't
what
a
are we
6-foot
complaining
striker.
about? Hold up play?
Ridiculous.
But what's the issue?
Aguero
What's the
wasn't a
issue with
6-foot
Lukaku?
striker.
Wait, what are we
Hold up was
complaining
awful,
about?
bruv. Hold up was awful.
How
So wait,
good was
you think
Aguero
Haaland got a
was?
good a better hold up play?
Oh, he's pretty good for 20 years old, isn't he?
For 20
No?
He's actually quite
asterisk.
shit.
Asterisk.
Why- why-
Denison
why-
says-
World-class player.
One sec, guys. Denison says teams are going to play low block and change tactics. I don't
So
get why
quick-
I don't get why people are now saying Lukaku can't play against low blocks when we knew when we first signed him that he was a player who scored against the smaller sides.
Can I-
Usually
Yeah.
play
I
low
don't
block.
think he can.
Never
Alex.
makes
That's my point.
Then
I don't
hang
think
on,
Lukaku is
Change
effective
tactics.
against
Also,
low
That
blocks.
question.
was stupid.
I've got
I
a
don't
question on
think he's
Haaland.
effective.
Johnny, on Haaland, if we don't create for him, what's he going to do?
No, but with Haaland, when I've watched him, if a chance lands to him, he's got a way of just instinctively killing it. And I don't
You
get
judging
that vibe
these
from
players
him.
off the German
again,
Bundesliga though.
that's
Because we were
he was
saying the same thing about
Nah, he was a top goal
Lukaku.
scorer in the Champions League, bro.
Yeah, no,
He's
fair enough.
scored the
But,
most goals. He's breaking records. Lukaku ain't even in that conversation, bruv.
but Haaland, if you
sorry.
don't create anything
He's
for
not.
Haaland, he still ain't scoring. It doesn't matter who you have up front, unless you have it doesn't matter who you have up front. If you're
So
not
wait,
creating
so wait.
anything,
So many chances
Kai
for
got
Lukaku.
called out for that
Look at
racist
What chance
comment.
did we
What
create
about
for
this,
Lukaku yesterday?
He
Lewis?
missed 2 sitters.
Lewis,
What chance did we create for
call out
Lukaku
this
yesterday?
Arfan
He had
Ali
one
guy.
chance. If that landed to Haaland or Lewandowski,
This
he would
Arfan
have
Ali
backed
guy.
that,
You
bruv.
want Werner to start?
Daniel
Why
and
don't you have
Javi
Werner?
backing Lukaku. Why are we doing
back-
this into a race thing again?
then on that point, why am I backing him then? Because I'm white as fuck.
Yeah, I
But
also
one
back
second,
him out
on
because
that, why
of
is
black.
anyone
Yo,
calling
I'm
against
gonna
Lukaku?
start timing out and blocking people if you start.
Listen, if you're
turning
bringing
this
race
into a
into
race
it, get
thing. I
out of
really
here. You're not
can't be
listening to the stream. There's never
No
been
one
any
here
kind of race
is
ever.
making
back
any.
Mason
Wait,
Mount
wait.
because
I
he's
gotta
black.
make
That's
this
why I
point.
back
No
him.
one here
Disgusting.
is making any points based on racial undertones or racial preference or anything like that. Stop it. You do the same
Get
shit
it out
with
of your heads,
Jesters.
man.
You're doing the same shit with Johnny, and now we're doing it to Xavi and Daniel. I can't be asked for it, man. I'm gonna just start blocking people. Pattern the fuck up. Sorry, man. Who was speaking? Was it Xavi or Daniel? Who was it?
Nah, I just asked to call out that guy. That's why.
Yeah, go for it. Samuel says Havertz clear of Lukaku and Haaland in terms of hold-up play. Hold-up play, not so much. It's Havertz's movement that makes him clear. That's the
Havertz
difference.
is unbelievable in his movement, his intelligence, his speed of thought. I love
We need
Havertz.
production.
And that's what I'm
We need
saying.
I was going to say though, you still need to
production
create
now.
chances for him.
Yeah, but
Last season, Haaland
Scott,
went.
if
I think
Havertz was a bit more
Kai
clinical-
Havertz actually can hold the ball.
Yeah, he can hold the ball.
Who's
He's got
gonna
a
score
wonderful
goals,
touch.
Redneck? I'm tired of hold the ball, this and that. Who's
We
gonna score?
weren't seeing
I
that.
am.
No,
Hang
but
on, hang on.
Daniel,
We
if Mount, Pulisic, and Cho or Ziyech are feeding off
Havertz holding
Havertz's
up the
hold-up
ball,
play, that's what
with
you want.
Who's
with the
gonna
Havertz,
score?
with Havertz, we
Them.
weren't seeing that hold up play against Leicester. We weren't.
All right,
There've
bet.
been times this year
You know
and
what? I'm
last
gonna just
year.
let people say
We
whatever they
battered
want
Leicester
about Mount.
3-0.
They can
Yeah,
go
Yeah,
ahead
cool.
because you're
But
ridiculous.
Havertz wasn't
We had
amazing
Pulisic,
that game.
Scott. We had Pulisic playing the false 9 when he come on. He should have had a hat trick.
Yeah, cool.
Like that's
He's
my
a shit
point.
finisher. He's never gonna get a hat trick. You know this.
No.
If
If he was
on
on side, he bagged those goals.
This is my point on. No, hang on. This is my point on hold-up play. How many times this season have people criticised Havertz and last season because, in terms of his strength, there are too many times he gets bullied off the ball. So for every game where he has good hold-up play, like yesterday, there is an equal number of games where he has bad hold-up play because he gets bullied off the ball too much. So this idea that he's got good hold-up play is wrong because it's so inconsistent.
It's not. I wouldn't say he's got better hold-up play than Lukaku. Lukaku should, when he came on yesterday, should have had a clear hold-up play to Havertz, all right? But he didn't yesterday. It was terrible, all right?
Yeah.
Now, as my number 9, big, strong number 9, I expect your hold-up to be on point, bruv. Absolutely on point, and it wasn't. And that's just a part of Lukaku's game that you need. You want that because it relieves your midfield and your wing backs to allow them to push forward up the pitch, all right? Havertz does it, and it's a lot more inconsistent, but he can do it. But the only difference with Havertz is if he gets the ball down to his feet, he's miles clear of Lukaku.
I still think we need to create. If we ain't creating anything, it doesn't matter. Like it don't matter who we have.
Just Lukaku when he's scoring goals. We need someone to score goals. So if you say Lukaku should be on the bench, that's cool, fine. He's benched. Who's scoring the goals now? Are we saying Mount's going to get us 20?
Well, Daniel, no disrespect, Geezer, yeah, but we haven't had Lukaku for how many games? 7, 8 games, and we've bagged a shitload of goals. So I'm not really worried about that.
They've all come from different areas. It's not one person.
That's
it's
great.
Players.
That's like Manchester City, isn't it? But
but then that goes back to the point I made earlier. What's this complaint over that he's not scoring goals if we're getting goals from elsewhere? What's the complaint?
Because he's not even since he's come back yesterday's game, he didn't contribute one single chance.
Cool. But that's not my point.
So, Johnny, you're blaming the Burnley 1-1 on Lukaku.
In a big London derby, and you don't contribute anything, and you don't bring your minerals to your club and your team.
Johnny,
that's disgraceful.
you know, we drew 1-1 on Burnley, right? And Lukaku wasn't there.
People are attacking because of the type of venom you're saying this with. Like,
Scott,
you can say he had a bad game, but the type, he's terrible, it's disgraceful.
I've had it so many times, and we're still going round in circles.
You're asking Johnny a question.
We're going round in circles, and it's.
Let me answer Scott's question. Scott was about to answer the question: what's the problem with scoring with the different, like if we're scoring with different department? The problem is when Lukaku comes in, we create less than when he's on.
100%.
So for me, that you're saying that our department can score when he's not there. What's the problem if he's not? The problem is it goes down on the creativity when he's on.
You know, can I just say something? Can I just say? So you guys been talking for like a little bit,
in the Watford game, right? Not at any point we were awful in that game. Yeah, everyone knows we were absolutely shocking in that game, right? But not at any moment in that game did I not think we were going to win that game. All right. The moment Lukaku came on yesterday,
oh my God, man.
I knew we ain't getting back in the game. You can ask your
guy who's
next to me.
Just on this output
you
thing,
can
right?
ask what I knew. I knew that he wasn't going to bring what we needed.
Yeah, so
you did.
What you say?
Can I make a comment? Yeah. Hey guys, how you doing, man? Hi, First of all, it's clearly none of you have been athletes in your life, yeah? If you have a hamstring, it's very, very hard to come back to fitness. It doesn't happen in a second. You guys will find excuses for Mount over a fucking toothache, man.
Kai.
No, let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Johnny, let him talk, bro. You
trying to mud Mount, yeah?
I didn't even mention Mount, bro. I'm talking about Lukaku, bro. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Lukaku does not have hamstring injury.
He had a fucking knee injury. It had something to do with the muscle. Yeah, he did have a muscle-related injury.
Ankle injury, Kai. Calm down. You don't know nothing about the athletes.
Yes, I do. You guys are just finding an excuse. You just guys are finding an excuse.
What finding
to diss
excuse,
Lukaku.
man?
Go on,
The
back
guy rolled the
Lukaku,
ankle.
Kai.
Let
Go
me
on,
finish.
tell me why
Let
was
me
it so
finish.
fantastic?
muscle.
Let me
Lewis, you gotta
finish
just
my
mute
point.
the other guys,
Let
bro.
me
You do all
finish my point. Let me
your
finish my
end.
point. I don't understand. Let me finish my point. Okay. Reality is, yeah, Johnny, you when Mount was dropping stinkers, you find every excuse under the sun. Now you want a guy who just came back from injury to score goals for fun. If I'm gonna wait until the end of the season and we're gonna see how many goals he's gonna score, yeah. And I already recorded that you were saying that Mount is gonna score 15 to 20 goals, yeah. We'll see about that.
No,
we'll
my
see about
point-
that because
my point,
because
Kai,
the future Lukaku, the same fairness you would show someone like Billy Gilmore
listen,
or
let's
Mount
have it right,
wouldn't
yeah?
be here, man.
Kai, let's
Exactly,
have
that's
it
my
right.
problem.
When
Big up.
we talk about Mason Mount and he needs to be eased
Yeah.
in, yeah,
This is
everyone
why I
comes at
agree
him and
with
says,
Kai.
"Oh, he should be benched," and this and that, and they want to scrutinise him. Now, my thing is, I don't expect Lukaku to come on and just
Okay.
bang 3-4 goals, yeah. But
But
what
you complained about his game yesterday,
hold on,
talking about
what
Watford
I
when
do
he's not even
expect
fit.
from my number 9 is to bust his gut, right? Regardless, in a London derby, when you come on and affect the game, and he didn't
But
affect
wait.
nothing in that game, bruv. And if you're happy with that, then that's you.
Didn't you say live on stream whenever Mount has like a 4 rating, and you said he couldn't play because he had a toothache and he lost weight? Didn't you say that exact same? That's hypocrisy, my man. That's fucking hypocrisy.
I was the one calling for us to play him regardless, bruv. Where are you hearing that from?
You know what? Let me say this.
But you find an excuse for his performances. You were saying it's because of his
You're
toothache.
saying that
No,
because
he
Lukaku came on in the
was
London
in and out of
Derby.
the games. He was
Hold
in
on,
and out
Johnny.
of games.
You said
From the
Lukaku
start of
came on in
season,
the
he's been in
London
and
Derby.
out.
It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful what he did in the London Derby. Was it disgraceful when Mason Mount, my boy, I love him, when he was shit in that London Derby against Spurs? Was that also a very disgraceful 45
we're gonna go
minutes?
down there, are we, Daniel? What against
Was it
No,
Yes,
but it's
because
you
they
act
are
like a
our
little
players.
kid when they
Lukaku
calling
is
you
our
out.
player. Johnny, believe it or not, Lukaku is our player. Yeah, he was good at the beginning of the season.
That was a tactical change by.
No, he was
my
terrible.
God.
He was terrible, Johnny.
Change to make
He was
No, it
terrible in that
wasn't.
45 minutes. That's why he got taken
hang on.
off.
We spent.
That wasn't down to Mount.
No, it
But
was.
you're proving their point right now.
So now it's down
What
to
are you doing?
Lukaku,
You're
who only
proving their
came in
point.
because Havertz got injured. So now it's down because even Tuchel said himself, the only reason Lukaku came on, even though he's not fit, he mentioned that he's not fit. He came on because Havertz was injured. Yeah.
All right. So
So
why
that's
not bring
so
Timo on then,
so
bro?
you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm going with this, bro?
Why
Johnny,
don't you bring on
regardless if
Timo
you like
then
it or not,
if Lukaku's
Lukaku
fit?
is our player. And if you find other excuse for other players, for Mount, for example, you have to find it for Lukaku as well. You have to use the same.
It's always back
same
in player.
same logic, bro.
Let me please.
Two
things on this, right?
Excuses about understanding why something
You know,
happens, why
Mount
a player
wasn't
played
fit.
the way they
Mount
played.
wasn't fit to play the games he didn't play, and Tuchel didn't play him. So why didn't you do that with Lukaku?
No. You said after the Spurs game, Mount
Because
had
we didn't have any
experience
other
with the
striker
game.
because Havertz is injured.
Right?
That's he literally said that, bro.
Werner is not a striker.
There's
You
two
said it
things.
yourself.
He's
Werner is not a striker.
Yeah, I
I
know,
was gonna
but
say-
I would have rather had Werner playing who's fit. Than
Johnny,
an
do you
unfit
get
Lukaku,
why you and I argue a lot,
hang
man?
on.
Because your point doesn't make sense.
Two things. There's two things. Number one, so as we mentioned earlier, you want to bring on someone who, again, would have not affected the game in any way because he doesn't work against low blocks, just because of being fit.
Listen,
But-
Werner
but-
for me would have had more.
No, he would. No, he wouldn't.
movement,
No, he
more
wouldn't. We've
pace.
seen it. We've seen
Could
it
be because Lukaku's still coming back from injury, bro. That's the point.
Second thing, and I'm not trying to be this thing of like, oh, what about this player? What about that player? But we spent the whole time criticizing Lukaku, or some of us have, criticizing Lukaku when he's just come back from injury. Not one single mention has been made of Pulisic. Not one, despite the fact he was shit yesterday as well.
Oh my god.
Not one thing has been mentioned about him, and he was shit yesterday as well. But why is nothing
But let
being
Joe
mentioned
take a
about
bad
him?
touch.
Not that again.
Bruv,
I don't want it to be a case of we
Scott,
shit on
I told
every
you,
player.
bruv, I told you every player except the 3 players that turned up yesterday, right, was Mason Mount, Loftus-Cheek, especially in the second half,
Loftus-Cheek
and Rudiger. The rest of them,
Rudiger was
everyone
terrible as well.
everyone was
Hang on. Rudiger was terrible
Oh
as
my!
well.
Wasn't Rudiger a reason for their third goal?
But this is my point. No one's focusing on you can say everyone, but then the only name that you've focused on mainly is Lukaku.
Because you were chasing the game.
Yo,
and
Johnny.
once you chase the
Yeah,
game,
But
you
he's
won.
injured, John. You just came back from injury, bro.
Ziyech was good yesterday.
I forgot
Kai
the
Havertz,
position of
Mount.
fucking centre back.
Thiago Silva. Who gave Mount that assist though? Who gave Mount that assist?
And make excuses after excuses, but let's see the same energy when it's Mason Mount, and there ain't no same energy, bruv.
Yeah, but aren't you a hypocrite though? Because you defend Mount for the same reason. Now you're blaming Lukaku for them.
Lukaku's performed awful, much worse, and deserves to be dropped. But you lot want to defend it. Defend it all you want.
For 45 minutes,
bruv.
Vernon been shit this entire time here, and you want
but the only reason we're talking about it is because you're a hypocrite, bro. That's the only reason we're talking about it, man.
I don't care about
if Mount hit that assist,
what book are you reading? We've been hearing about it every single time.
What book are you reading? You're reading something different than.
He needs to wake up. Yeah, he needs to wake up, bruv. And you lot need to wake up because you're clearly not.
Johnny, you're only pissed off because Lukaku came instead of Haaland, and you were proven wrong, bro. That's why I don't like Lukaku.
I ain't worried about that. Yeah, I ain't worried about it, bro.
We ain't getting
you're still worried about it.
Here's look, guys.
I just want to point out
something.
Let
me learn something. Let me learn something.
It's affecting our
Johnny, let me learn something. Kai, I know what you tried to do, but you didn't have facts. That's why I attacked you back, because you thought Lukaku was injured with hamstring injury, and that's why you was going to attack Johnny by saying he needs time if you don't know hamstring, but he wasn't. That's why I went back to you. That's the only reason. I agree with you that Lukaku is our player now. We need to find this situation. It's more about Lukaku that I don't like than what I like. But my biggest problem about Lukaku, even if he does, his body language when with some other players, when he's not, it's like he's not hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like the people when coming after, let me finish. When him coming after injury, it's like it's no urgency. The game was, I wanted Lukaku to come in because I think as physical as this game is, I want Lukaku to be there. But he disappeared, and that was upset. It was for me. It was this specific game that I was thinking that he will shy, because this is the league.
I get that. Yeah,
I do not.
Johnny, what you're saying is not what he's saying.
I'm not finished.
I'm not finished yet. When I wanted him to come on, I wanted him to have an impact
I'm not finished yet.
And he did.
All right, finish your point, and I'll respond.
Situation.
So what are you backing here?
At the same time with this situation,
involvement in the game.
Show and the position. When he was in position to help Lukaku and assist Lukaku, he couldn't pass the guy knees, and he was hitting the first defender in his knees with his damn crosses. The only player who actually could reach Lukaku would assist, it was Mount, and he was on the right. I always said, and I will be saying, when Cho plays with Lukaku, Cho needs to be on the right side. Pulisic was poor. They physically outplayed. We only had a physical player, which is Lukaku, who couldn't hold the ball, and the two unphysical players beside them who were bullied after ball. Do you see what I'm saying, Johnny? That includes you. I see what you're saying about Lukaku, that he wasn't eager, but at the same time, Cho and Pulisic did not help him in that situation either.
I agree. And
Alex, no, Scott, can I just finish that point, bro? I promise. Yeah. I just wanted to respond to him really quick. Thank you, bro. But look, my point was, it's like I haven't been on the show for a long time, and every time the thing with Mount, he's been having like a bad season. Don't
get me involved with that. I know your point of him. Same thing.
He was having a bad season. He was having a bad season, and we found all the excuses under the sun. But Lukaku's coming back from injury, so we have to use the same context. We have to apply the same excuses to Lukaku. And it's not really about Lukaku. It's not really about Lukaku.
I know what you're saying.
But Kai, it's just not Mount. It's the same as Werner and all that.
No. That's what I'm saying.
What's your excuse, bruv? What's your excuse for him not scoring in 8 games?
Let me finish my point. He's injured. He was injured.
No. Before he went on a 7-game run of no goals. What's your excuse?
2 points. Number one, I want to move on from Lukaku in a minute. But on that point, what's Mount's excuse then for not scoring in 27? Is what I'd say to that.
Mount's not a striker, bruv.
Hang on. Hang on.
He's not a striker, but you expect him to score 20 goals this year.
I was going to say
exactly, man. Another own goal, bro.
You've said he can score 15 to 20 goals this season, but he's gone. Let me fucking finish, please. You've said that he can score 15 to 20 goals this season, but then he's also gone 27 games without scoring. That doesn't compute.
He's not a striker.
Second, because I'm bored of this Lukaku talk now. What I want to do is I want to give someone their flowers who haven't been talked about yet, and that's Hakim Ziyech, because my guy stepped up.
Yes,
He was great.
Stepped up.
We need to give Ziyech prop.
Bro, there is something about his game the last few games. I can't work out what it is. He looks like he's playing not necessarily with a chip on his shoulder, but like he's got a point to prove. He looks like he's got a point.
You can give him props, and you can't give Mason Mount props.
Mason Mount.
No, Kai,
What are you talking about?
Didn't you want to?
Mason Mount was immense yesterday.
Ziyech
What are you
out?
talking about?
No. What about the Watford game? What about the Watford game?
Ziyech
I always back Ziyech, bro.
He
I always back Ziyech.
Oh my god!
You can go back to my podcast that I did with Marshall. Yeah.
Oh no, that was Marshall. That was Marshall.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, man. Stop confusing people.
I'm not confused. I'm still blaming you, man. I know for a fact that you want Ziyech out.
As I said,
yo, the biggest Ziyech stand here. I want Ziyech out. Yeah,
as I said, the thing with Ziyech is like, and again, we
how
go
many
back to the
people
whole.
said they want Ziyech when he's like 28 years old?
But it's a known fact between everybody here on this panel that I'm a Ziyech fan.
No, but why did he go off?
Personally, I've never had anything against Ziyech.
I don't know why he went off.
Daniel, this guy said I'm not a Ziyech fan, bro.
I don't know why he went off. Yeah.
It was the wrong.
Xavi's the biggest.
So again, we see a guy work his ass off play well, but it's not good. Okay. Anyway, this guy has stepped up, and if you notice the comments Tuchel made about his shoulder, I think it speaks to the whole thing with Lukaku as well, and the whole thing with like these players coming back from injury. It's going to take time, and we're seeing now there is a bit more fluidity to this game, a bit more.
Zinashin says if Tuchel cannot use Rom well, he'll be a flop. CFC time as well also says give Xavi his credit.
Yeah.
Wait, can I say something really quick, boys? Can I just finish this Lukaku sentence with one thing?
The other one.
Can I just say one thing?
When Lukaku starts scoring,
Can I ask one thing?
Alex, look.
Can I ask you this one thing? Johnny, you said Mount is going to score 20 goals. Do you think he's going to outscore Lukaku this season?
Well, Lukaku's not doing a good job. He's got 4 goals.
No, but you said he's going to score 20 goals. Do you think he's going to outscore Lukaku? Is that what you're saying? Why are you running away from it?
Hold on. Right now. Let's have it right. Mason Mount scored more goals and got more assists than Lukaku.
He played a lot more minutes too. But answer my point, though.
Right, final comment, because I am gonna.
I've got one question.
Scott, what are you saying?
Put the Winter Surfer
someone brought it up, and it's actually a good point.
There we go. Here,
you say about if Ziyech was so good, why did he come off? Why did Mount come off versus Spurs?
Look at that.
Because that was a tactical change. But if you look at Ziyech, it wasn't tactical, was it?
Shameless, bro.
How was it tactical? How was it tactical? How was Ziyech's tactical change? It was a like-for-like change.
No, it wasn't. Sorry. He took Ziyech off, who's not a natural winger in terms of pacing and a drive at players, and he brought on Cho. That's not a like-for-like change.
What's the poll result? People asking.
Are they not playing the same position?
They're not the same player, bro.
Holland
Use your brain,
they're playing the same
Use your
position,
brain. Oh, fucking hell.
How's Haaland won this?
What?
How's Haaland won this poll? I can't be asked.
Because they know what they're talking about.
Johnny, shut
up. They know what they're talking about. They're being honest.
That's what you got to be honest,
bro.
All of you.
Wait, so Johnny, answer me. Do you think Mount is going to outscore Lukaku this season? Just yes or no? You said Mount is going to score 20 goals. So in your mind, he's going to outscore Lukaku. Can we put a bet on this? Can we put a bet on this?
It would be funny if you will, man.
If you let me land, the way things are going, it's looking that way. Do you not think?
Hey, I'll put $20. I'll put $20 on Mount outscoring Lukaku.
I'll take it. Easy. I believe.
Yo.
Let's make it 100.
I don't know how betting works. I just need one player. Winner takes all. Me and you, Daniel. $20. Okay.
Easy.
That's it. We have
Mount or Lukaku?
You are betting Mount to score more goals than Lukaku. That's a crazy.
Alex landing minerals.
That's a
Wait, Alex, are you doing this as well? Alex, are you doing this as well, bro?
No, I can only do with one.
Alex got minerals, bro.
Alright, Johnny, where's your minerals, man? Put your money on the line.
Yeah, come on, Johnny.
Listen,
£100. Let's go, bro.
Hold on. Don't get it. No. Johnny, let's have it right. I have a bet with a certain person.
Fair enough. If you don't,
I have a bet with a certain person that Mason Mount is going to outscore Ziyech and the rest of them. So I trust
not Ziyech, just Lukaku. I didn't say
Ziyech.
I'm saying just because I'm betting against Mount over Lukaku doesn't mean I don't back Mount. I think he's going to score.
Yeah. That's not it. That's not it.
More than
Lukaku, I don't know. That's kind of.
I need my 20, bro.
I need my 20.
I can't lie. I'm gonna dip. Big
You
up
have Cash
everyone
App?
that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. We will be back at 9 p.m. for Shameless FC because I'm gonna need some bleach vodka mixture or whatever.
Certain
for
ones
that
are
stream.
lacking their minerals, Lewis, bruv. Let's
Hey,
have
Johnny,
it
you have
right.
Cash App?
Take care, like and subscribe, and up the Chelsea.